time. But
Mm.
okay. All right, YouTube, catch up. Come on, buddy. All right. So,
I like how I always use Josh as the guy who wants to do memories.
well, that's Josh. He's the most
Do you
nostalgic one of us.
guys remember? That's going to be Josh's new thing. Do you guys remember?
Oh boy,
He's got to actually do it like that, too. The remember finger.
the remember finger. Oh, yes, you will.
Yeah, there it is. He's got it. Didn't even need to rehearse it. He just first tried it.
I think it's better with a beard, but
Yes,
One
it
second.
does.
I'm testing something really quickly. I have to sneeze. I have to sneeze.
Achoo.
I have to sneeze. There it is. Excuse me.
Bless
sneeze
you.
yet?
That too. The
Ah,
remember finger.
the remember finger. Oh no. Yes, you will.
Yeah, there it is. He's got it. Didn't he?
All right. There's that echo. It's gone now. All right, now we're gonna test this. Test.
What am
Okay.
I? Why am I opening capture?
I open capture.
So I should too?
No. Cheese. I took a picture.
So did I.
Turn camera off. No, turn camera back on. Haha.
At any time you can take a picture. That means.
That's terrible. That's kind of scary, actually.
I love it. Taking pictures.
Okay. Okay, so that's all the stuff there. Okay. Test. That go through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. One second. I'm getting stuff installed that we're gonna need. Where'd Josh go? Did Josh die?
I hope not. The skit's centered around you two talking.
Well, guess I have to be Josh.
Be cocky,
Okay, I'm
Josh.
back.
Be like, oi! I'm Josh Finney. Kenneth O'Shea Finney.
Have you two been making fun of me the entire time that I had you muted?
No.
Yes, you have.
Damn it.
Why would we do that?
You're
Come on.
filthy liars.
Come on. Josh, come on.
You muggles.
Oh, wow. We are getting fucking racist up
What
in
you say to me? Oh, I can hear a ball. Oh, God.
Little doesn't like it.
So I'm looking into our question and answer system. You know, fancy Google is being a pain in the butt. Good thing we don't start till 2 o'clock. Ha ha! 1 second. Here. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Oh, wait, I can do that. Sweet. I can have like 9 million things open between my iPhone, my iPad, and my computer. Josh and his fucking arrival imminent shit. Like, come on, dude. Really?
Hmm. What'd you say?
Oh, you want to hear actually something really funny, Ray?
What happened?
Earlier today, we're in my Jeep, and I'm driving Mariah home from the mall, right? And I'm, teasing her, and she goes, "Whatever, you fucking jigaboo." And I was like, "What did you just say to me?"
Whoa, Mariah.
She was like, "What?" I was like, "You just called me a racial slur." She was like, "Jigaboo's not a racial slur. My mom calls me it all the time." And I was like,
Oh.
and I looked it up, and I was like, "See, offensive to a black person." And she was like, "Oh my God, my mom's been calling me the N-word behind my back, in my face all this time."
Now you know.
I was like, it reminded me of Clerks 2, where he's like, "My grandmother used to always call me a porch monkey." I'm taking it back.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, on the subject of nicknames, I'd like to note something.
Mm-hmm.
I just told Chelsea that, I'm getting ready. I'm going quiet. I'm not going to answer my phone or anything, partially because I left it on the other side of the house. But also because, we're getting ready to record. We are live right now. And she called me sour cream.
Yes.
The fact that this is now transcending out of the podcast.
No. It is my plan now, Josh, that it has transcended into your personal life to make that fucking trend on every social media that we have.
Oh, God.
You will hashtag sour cream, and that shit will say trending.
It probably will. I'm never going to escape this. We're 10 episodes in, and I'm never escaping it.
Well, we're 10 in, so it's only going to be there at episode 100.
That's fine. I think the name that Ray called this episode is probably my favorite of any of them. Oh, goodness.
Oh, goodness. It's a giveaway.
I saw that, and I laughed so hard. Off the bed and ran away.
I hoped that it would make somebody giggle like it made me giggle. I was so excited to make that name.
I know you were, Ray. I read it in your voice, which made it even better.
Yeah, dude, totally. I was like, oh, goodness.
I need a Raymond Apollo Williams soundboard in my life. Like, I need.
That would be kind of fantastic.
With Sean Connery Bane.
With Sean Connery Bane.
Hey, we see your face too, Justin. What I'm trying to do is the Q&A app on Google is like broke, and it's annoying me.
Of course it is. It's Google.
It's broken.
You
So
use that.
I'm trying to figure out the best way for people to do this now.
Just in group chat, man.
That's still in can we get them in group chat? I don't even know if we can get them in the group chat. They would have to be part of like the actual cast.
Really?
Uh-huh. Yep. So I'm looking for the next best thing.
So just to be clear, I cannot win the Wampa today.
Oh!
No. What if we just did a group Facebook Messenger?
I was thinking about that. That would probably be the most direct and easiest way.
Okay.
Since Google's being a butt nut.
All right, so just at like 2 o'clock through 2 o'clock, 2:15, Ray, because only you can see who's viewing us. We can't.
That's true.
You just let me know.
Yeah. So if you're watching, leave a comment on the video area where Justin left his comment. Or on YouTube. I see those two.
Ray sees all, we see nothing.
Yeah.
That's true. I do what I can. Because we got 4 watching right now, technically. So
Kiku, why is there a camera over you?
Because he's
I can take pictures.
Yeah, he's in capture mode.
Ah.
Let me see if it will. Oh, wait. Screw you, YouTube.
I got really excited thinking that something important was actually happening.
Something happened. Something's gonna happen. Give me a second.
I'm doing a dance for everybody to keep them amused.
Dance, just a dance.
I'll actually probably drive people away by doing that.
I'm really surprised that we can't group chat with everybody in here.
Well,
Yeah,
good.
let's Google. Okay. Hang with me for a second while if YouTube will let me, I can make it so that our event is like live streaming on YouTube, and we can do chat on there. That would be awesome. No, not that one. I don't want that. No. So this is what you guys see. This is the madness before we like actually record our show.
This is actually very controlled.
Actually, you're right. This is so cool and calm.
But since I am in the middle of moving right now, my normal bedroom where I record is destroyed, and so is the room I'm in right now. You just can't see the madness that's happening on this floor.
It's okay. Trust me, folks. This is an upgrade.
But there's like, oh, shut the hell up. My amigos are not gloriously displayed behind me. But we do have...
I'm just happy that you're not in the Playboy pose like you normally are.
The Burt Reynolds, you can't go wrong with that. But see, I've found some very old things while we've been cleaning out my grandma's house. And some of these are at least 50 to 60 years old. Like this newspaper.
Holy crap. Wow. Stop touching that with your hands.
I'll touch whatever I want to with my hands.
Oh, God. Don't touch me, please.
And then, there's some more recent ones. Like this.
Oh.
And then there's just lots of stuff we don't care about. There's pictures of me as a child.
That's stuff we care about.
That is stuff we care about because I was a normal fat baby.
Were you really?
Yes, I was.
Oh, I believe you.
Do we need to see a piece of history right now?
Oh, hey, you can see my house. 1 second.
No, we can't.
No seeing Ray's house.
All right, so we're going to have to group Facebook Messenger on this, huh?
Yep, and so right now, the people who are present, we have Josh Hendricks.
Hello.
Justin Tortellini.
Hello.
Namanu. Elijah Steele. And Austin Eller.
Hello and hello.
Okay, it's Austin, what is it?
Eller. E-L-L-E-R.
Oh, God, there's so many of them.
If you start the message and invite me to it.
Oh, wait, I know who it is. I got him.
I got it. Okay, good. Whoa, yay.
Oh, what was the other one?
Who do you have?
Joshua, Justin, Austin.
And Elijah.
For the record.
Elijah Lewis or Steele?
Steele. S-T-E-E-L-E.
Got him.
Like the terrible Shaq movie.
For the record, if we can't pronounce your name automatically will become Tortellini.
That's my rule.
You do not do that.
Like that is if I can't pronounce your last name or your first name, you become a Tortellini.
Okay, so we've got 4 people playing at the moment. We need 1 more to make this fair, otherwise I am automatically keeping everything.
No! You have to add us to the group too.
I don't have to do shit.
You should. In his box.
Alright, Ray looked, Justin, and I can't see who the other got it, Joshua, alright. Alright, there we go.
Good job, everyone. Good news, everyone.
Good news, everyone.
Hey, wow, this works so much better, actually, because this is in real time.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's so nice. We're going to do this more often. Except not.
That is true, Elijah, it is.
What's not cool? It's a great Shaq movie.
Yeah,
No, it's not. No, it's not. No.
All right, and I can add people to this.
Yep, anytime they're ready.
As we go.
Hold on, I need to get a timestamp real fast because we've been yamming for a while, so I want to get a timestamp for when I do the editing. No, stop clapping.
I thought that would help.
Because every time I've heard you do that in the cast, like whenever re-listening, it's like, is he killing mosquitoes? Oh no, he's trying to give me a timestamp. I forget.
Actually, no. A couple times I have been killing mosquitoes.
God dang it. See, now I don't know the difference. Stop it. Let's see. Hold on. So we'll start at 17, I guess.
All right. Actually, we might have a female joining us, which is awesome.
A grill?
Jamie Chapman.
We got a grill coming? Okay.
Now it's a game.
Yay. Now it's almost fair. Oh, wait. Hey. Everybody, do you guys have the toolbox?
Probably not.
I
Yeah.
do.
Download the toolbox.
I have it.
All right, and I need you to do your name.
Wait, what am I doing?
So watch what happens.
Oh.
It's me.
I'm just gonna do that. I don't want my color to be blue. Blue is stupid. I want it to be pink either. You shut your hole.
No. Good. So people know who we are already. We're different enough that it looks good. Oh wait, then I should put up my real name. Sorry guys.
Static Shock.
I can't even see mine. So.
Did you turn it on?
No, I did.
I'm so proud of you. This is weird. Wait, hold on. Michael, you should have multiple devices. This is 2015. What do you think this is? 2009?
So are we ready to get the show on the road?
As soon as you guys are ready, I'm ready to do this.
Well, while they're figuring it out in the group, we will do the skit. You guys get to be a part of that and see me do Batman faces.
Wait.
Nobody wants to see that.
Wait. Wait. Okay.
Michael, I need to know if you are by a computer or an iPad, or if Casey's not watching, just take his phone.
I need to get the double sound out of my ears. I think the cast is about 30 seconds behind the actual voices. So, we're good. Hey, you stop hating on Apple. Right now. Okay. Oh God, this is gonna be great. I think that's a good plan. Okay, so do me a favor. If you're still here, raise your hand. Not you two. God dang it.
Raise your hand.
I don't know what's happening. What are they? What? Casey is at work, Kiku.
Tell him to quit.
Yeah, tell him to come home. This is important. Okay, so yeah, the cast is like 30 seconds behind.
Which is fine.
Yeah. So we'll fill time while this happens. Good.
Alright, let's do one more post in the Facebook group about joining, and then...
And we have to update the rules because we changed them.
We didn't change them at all.
Yeah, we did. We
How
changed
did we
all
change
the
the
rules.
rules? I didn't change any of the rules.
Well, now you have to be in the Google Messenger, not the Google Messenger, but the Facebook Messenger to answer questions. So we changed everything. I wish you could pop out chat on your freaking computer. Wait, or one of you could call him and then have him listen at the same time. Listen over the phone. I don't know what's happening. Why are people now talking about phone calls?
The call dropped. Oh, because Justin and Michael live right next to each other.
Then go to the same room.
By next to each other, I mean a couple of miles, because I don't math well.
Somebody run to somebody else's house right now.
This was not a well thought out plan.
It's our first time. It's like sex. Your first time is always awkward. So next time, we will know.
Austin, tell them to go away. Tell them to go back to the store. They don't need to be there right now. Tell them to go back to the store. Well, I'm not home either, so yeah.
I have to add this kid, Alex Kerman. Alex, accept my friend request, because when I look you up on the Facebook Messenger thing, you do not come up.
Yeah, you're not real. Yay!
There he is. I got him.
Good job.
Huzzah!
1 second.
All right, for everybody listening right now, once we start the show, it behooves you to not comment in the Facebook Messenger group, because you have no idea when we are going to start asking questions.
Yeah, none.
And Michael, if you're at your parents' house, I know your mom knows how to cook some sweet, delicious French food. Just saying.
What does that have to do with anything?
He lives in Pensacola. I want some goddamn croissants. Jesus, man.
I need some croissants. Can I get a croissant?
You trying to stop my team fat from going on, right?
Why would I stop another member of team?
Because you've never shoved a brownie in your mouth on air. That was Josh.
I did, and it was amazing.
You missed me eating my Big Mac.
Because you turned off the camera.
I did.
So, guys,
yes.
Before we get going, Kiku, you remember how last week you said that, we were all surprised about Fast and Furious 7 doing as much money as it had?
Yeah.
It just came out that it has now hit 800 million worldwide.
Suck it!
800 million worldwide.
I'm not surprised at all. I said it.
Opening day in China, it made more than it did in the U.S.
Wow. Them Chinese, they love their
like $1 million, but still.
Like $1 million.
That is unbelievable.
That's why I think my prediction for Avengers 2 is going to be spot on, if not busted.
We would be good if they put a Nuclear Man. Radiation Man. Was it Radiation Man or Nuclear Man?
They're the same thing, so I don't know.
I am one claw Wolverine today.
That's unfortunate. What do you got this covered? Michael's got it fixed, everybody. Everybody clap for Michael. Good job, Michael. Good job, Michael. Don't let us down because now I'm going to boo you.
Yeah, can we please get to the Neeky goodness? I want to give away prizes.
This is going to take a while.
Jeez, I'm the one that has to send them out. You don't.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to do that anyways.
I didn't want to give them stuff. No way. Why would I give them stuff that I want? Yeah.
We'll give it a couple more minutes just in case anybody.
Yeah, we'll give it a few more minutes, guys, in case we get some stragglers coming in at one.
We're literally giving them 3 minutes.
Literally 3 minutes.
At 2:10, this puppy is gone. It is leaving the station.
That poor puppy has no owner now. Sad.
Yeah, well, America's a terrible place, so.
America's great, okay? Sometimes.
America has Disneyland.
Doesn't France have a Disneyland too?
Dude, Disney World is the bomb.
I've never been, so I don't know.
Ray, are you secretly a communist?
No, I like Oreos and fried chicken.
Adam Wells.
Well, they like that over in the UK too, but
That mean they can have it?
Yes.
yes, they do. They call the Oreos biscuits, and the fried chicken is still fried chicken.
That's stupid.
Because I got KFC at 4 o'clock in the morning over there, and it was glorious.
What?
Adam Wells. Done. Adding. Adam Wells, you're in. I am keeping score, Joshua Hendricks.
Wells is here. Wait, Kiku's keeping score? Oh, shit. We're done.
Am I asking the questions?
We're all asking questions.
questions.
What do you think you are, Trivia Master?
Yeah,
Trebek. You don't look like Trebek.
Chill out, Trebek.
You better watch yourself before you Trebek yourself. Heyo!
Oh.
You guys are so white. God dang it.
Ray, I think you're whiter than both of us.
It's not possible.
It's
I
possible.
told you, I put on this to keep you comfortable. It's all right.
You don't want to see him with his swag on.
I left it off on purpose. And plus, I'm married now. I can't walk around with swag on all the time. Come on.
Guys, I just want everyone to know this is a rare occurrence. Ray is wearing a shirt.
Shh. Don't give them the secrets. I record best when I don't have on a shirt. That's just the way it is. So this will be a terrible cast because I'm wearing a shirt. I'm so sorry in advance. But I didn't want to get banned from YouTube. Not today.
Not today. All right.
It is 2:09.
1 minute.
One
One
minute.
minute.
So whoever is straggling, it will be straggled.
Which is good. We've got a fair amount of people playing.
Which is good. This will be fun. What's the real question, Austin? Oh, no. If you're wearing pants, you can't participate. Sorry.
That's true. Except for Jamie, who is the only girl in the group.
Oh, well, your excuse.
You're allowed to wear pants, Jamie.
Not that we're trying to, like, not make it fair for everybody.
All right. So
Two
it is,
things, everybody.
okay. So everybody, stop commenting in the Facebook Messenger group. I'm going to do a quick test question just to make sure that everybody is hearing what we're saying and answering at the same time. So, what color shirt is Ray wearing? Go. Oh, it's really behind. Or no one's listening.
I think it's really behind.
I'll ask it again. What color shirt is Ray wearing? There we go.
Just like there's a 44-second delay. That's long. 44 seconds. But yeah.
Huge delay. Yep.
The other. So
I'm
next
okay.
time.
I'm okay with Michael being last.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
Michael,
there's a 44-second delay for sure. That's 45 maybe even.
Which actually works out, having the delay, because that way I can keep track of who's answering and whatnot.
That's true, because they all answered at the same time. God damn. We're explicit now, so I can say whatever words I want. Thanks, Kiku.
all because of Jubilee.
All because of freaking Jubilee.
I was set up.
And iTunes was like, haha, you want to say bad words in your cast, huh? Explicit on all of them. Michael says to shut your face.
Yeah, I saw that.
Are we ready, boys?
We ready, boys?
Okay, so maybe what I will do is you know what, to make it fair for everybody, I'm going to ask the questions in the Facebook Messenger while you guys listen. That
makes good. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. And we'll take it by turns. That way Ray can type one in while me and Josh are talking. I'll type one in while they're talking, yada, 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 and that way everybody has a fair shot to win stuff. And I will keep track of points. Let me get everybody's name down.
It's good. All right.
Elijah Steele. Austin Eller.
Okay, I don't know what song that was, but well then, fellas, I think we should let them in on the secret, and that the skit is always done during the live cast.
That is true. So you guys are about to witness history in the making.
Prepare to have your pants blown off, people.
They're not wearing pants.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Sure. You guys are about to witness greatness.
Do either one of you have Facebook open right now to see if anybody else wants in?
I am in Facebook right now. I don't see anything.
I don't either.
Nobody important. All the important people are here.
Did we choose prizes? Or are you playing for specific ones on each question?
Yep.
A total. Your points at the end. If you come in first, you get your choice, and then so on and so forth until we run out of prizes.
Also, first place will win a guest spot on the show.
Oh, that's like the best prize. So go for that one. Duh.
Go for first place. Get your choice of Amiibo or that very nice Hot Topic exclusive Wampa. And if you're in first place, you will also get invited on the show for one episode. So that's pretty cool.
And we're not just going to be like, oh, you're a guest. Ha! No, it'll be like a full episode that we do with you.
Yep. And it will be catered around to what you want to talk about.
Yes.
Topic of the week at least will be.
Unless it's Jubilee. Nope, I'm cutting that one out right now.
Well, we're trying to do that, Elijah. We want to thank everybody who does listen to us and does participate on the Facebook page. I want to thank everybody.
Because we do this for y'all.
Well, I also do it.
I do it to be able to scream about nerdy things and not have everybody in my life look at me like I'm some sort of psycho.
Well,
you are, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm an accepted psycho here. All right, let's get into the skit.
I'm accepted, people.
I'm
We're ready
accepted.
to watch magic.
All right. So when you're ready.
Okay, real quick, because we just got a question about how the points work. First place, or first one to answer, gets 5 points. Second place gets 4 points. Third place gets 3. Fourth will get 2. And then 5, 6, 7, and 8, because there's 8 people playing, will get 1 point. Because if we have a tie for 5th place, there will be a knife thrown into the middle of the room. Last one to walk out wins that last elusive prize.
No, it'll be a pool cue in memory of Heath Ledger.
No! You can't have my stuff, Michael.
All right, let's do it. Ready?
Okay, whenever you're ready. God damn it, trying to steal my stuff.
I will be clapping the count in because Josh makes it sound like he's swatting at mosquitoes and flipping me off at the same time.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Can you guys believe that we're already at 10 episodes? Can you remember the first time we met?
So, Josh, before I introduce you to Kiku, you should know he has some quirks about him.
What do you mean quirks? Like, he collects My Little Pony, he's a brony, he's got a weird eye.
Not just the weird eye, but no, he thinks he's Batman this week.
He thinks he's Batman?
Yep, boy thinks he's the Dark Knight.
Wait. What do you mean this week?
Well, last week he thought he was Aquaman, which not only is that awkward, but it's kind of sad. He wouldn't leave his bathtub. You ever try walking in on a naked man in a bathtub who thinks he's the Prince of the Seas?
Right.
Okay, here he is. Hey, Kiku. This is Josh. Josh, this is Kiku.
What up, man?
I'm Batman. Do you like justice?
Yeah.
Kiku.
I am Batman!
Dude. Ray. Is there something wrong with him?
Kiku. This is Josh, and he's going to be the other host on our podcast. You're scaring the natives, bro.
Perhaps you prefer the French Batman? Justice with a buttery croissant is much less threatening, no?
Yes, brother. The fire rises.
John Connery!
And yes, that's it for that. Oh, God. Yes, you just found out we do those in one freaking take. One take. We're that good.
We are.
In post. So, oh, and by the way, we have timestamps in the chat for when I think people will post. Actually, no, we don't. That's only for my post. Lame.
Okay.
All right. Well, Kiku, whenever you're ready, my friend, let us begin.
I am loading up the first question.
Those pictures are never good.
God, I keep writing my fat thumbs, man.
Phantoms. Keep
All right, first question's loaded up. Ready?
Yes.
3.
Yes, brother.
Yes, brother. 3.
Fire rises.
I'm gonna fucking kill both of you. 3, 2,
bully.
1. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Neek the podcast. I am Kiku, the glorious geek samurai. As always, with me is Josh, who is the living embodiment of the mind gem, and the fanatic with the schematic, Raymond Apollo Williams. We are on episode 10, guys.
10 episodes. Holy crap, we did it.
It's actually 11 if you think about it. We did do the mini stuff, which wasn't so mini, when Spider-Man came back about 5 days into doing this.
Do you know that this bastard always corrects me? Stop it, Mr. Corrector Correctionson.
Well, I am the living embodiment of the mind gem, so I'm
You
gonna.
are the living embodiment of the mind gem. So it's the 10th episode. We actually have people watching us. We are doing a giveaway today.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. And we love it. We love you guys for actually joining us. Thank you very much for doing this and actually getting to win free stuff. We know that's the only reason you're doing it. But first question is going to be loaded up into this nice Facebook page. No cursing, no fighting. Or you can curse, you can fight, I don't care.
Yeah,
So
okay.
first question away. What is the nickname the Neek guys have lovingly given the Suicide Squad film?
Yes, this one's you have to listen to the podcast to know this. So if you haven't, sucks to suck, sucker.
It does. So, guys, I have a question for you before we dive into the news today.
What's up?
A very big thing. 2 big things happened on Friday, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Digitally. One of them we covered last week, which is the release of Star Wars for the first time digitally, and it's still messed up. But the second, Daredevil came out, guys.
Yes,
We're going to talk
indeed.
about that at the end of the news.
Yes. Well, because we have to give people a chance to be like, we've watched it, we haven't watched it, blah.
Well, not only that, Josh doesn't know how to do a segue. He's going to crush the segue. Don't crush the
He's gonna
segue.
kill it. Don't kill the segue.
But I can see clearly now.
Really?
Yes.
I like how no one has actually answered this question.
That means they haven't listened.
That means they haven't listened. Yes!
It's okay.
Caught all of you.
Call all of you slipping.
That's
Did
right.
I give a hint?
I get
Every actor ever.
Wells is really close.
Something to do with a ridiculous number of characters.
You're
Justin,
so close.
Very close. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna wait on these guys. I'm not gonna wait on them. So the news for the week. Something that made Kiku's anus quiver in anticipation.
Well, you kind of
You
called
believe?
it too.
Deus Ex: Mankind Divided has been leaked, and after the leak, Game Informer confirmed it by saying it would be on their May cover. I am so excited about this. If you have not played the original Deus Ex game on PC, and I think it was on the original Xbox, or you did not play the reboot version of it, the prequel, which was
Human Revolution.
Thank you. Human Revolution on the Xbox 360. Go out, play it. They are amazing games. They talk about the future of society, and there's a lot of prejudice and racism in it between humans and, augmented human beings. So, guys, did you play any of them?
I did. I played Human Revolution before the director's cut, and I enjoyed failing to hide bodies, like Todd Oxtrock. So yeah, I'm excited for this. I like that universe. It's great.
I want to go back and try Human Revolution one day. It's on my backlist, but I realistically never get to that backlog, so I may or may not get there. But I'll probably pick this up still. I'll still play it. It looks awesome. Very awesome.
I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it.
Okay, I'll start writing those down. We've got 3 people who have chimed in with the right answer.
Yes.
Adam Wells was first. Congratulations, Adam Wells. Oh my God, he would. He would.
There we go.
We need to.
I think we even had an episode named after that. Probably not. Though.
We do. We do.
We do. I think it was like episode 7.
There was a skit, like a whole skit.
On episode 9, that's right.
Yeah, 9. There was a whole skit.
All right, boys and girls. The second question is about to be dropped in.
I'll give everybody else a 1 just for being here.
Yeah, scrubs.
Scrubs. But as we're in the league.
The answer off of that.
All right. Next bit of news after our Deus Ex. ABC is rumored to have a spin-off in the works for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Nothing has been confirmed, but it is said that the show could debut as early as this fall. Or not at all.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah. Also in the rumor, Agent Carter has a 60% chance of returning. What do you guys think?
60%? God dang it. I really enjoyed Agent Carter. I know there's some people who didn't, but I really enjoyed Agent Carter. It was something different. I love the leading lady in Peggy, and I don't know. I really like that.
Here's my thing.
Atwell's amazing.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I mean, getting a spinoff is all the confirmation we needed for an official season 3. It's going to happen. Jed Whedon, I want to say, Joss Whedon's brother, who's one of the showrunners, said that they had the show planned out through 3 seasons from the very beginning. Like, they knew exactly where they were going to go with it, including the what's been going on this season. Going to try and avoid any and all spoilers. So I just don't want ABC to get overloaded with these shows. That's my only concern. I like that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the only Marvel show that's really going on. What I'd really like to see is this go to a smaller season. I'd like to see, maybe bring back Agent Carter, do the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. spinoff, and do Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but reduce them to 10 to 13 episodes. The 8 episodes for Agent Carter worked so well this past.
That's how I feel about all really good shows. Is that they need to be reduced down.
I don't think it's any secret to anybody who knows me that I am a massive, massive Breaking Bad fanboy, and I've stated my repeated issues with The Walking Dead, and it's even 13-episode seasons. Do it. I just don't know if you can really do too much more with Peggy Carter. That's my only concern. As much as I enjoyed Agent Carter, I plan on picking it up as soon as it comes out. I am a little bit concerned with that one. But the end of the first season did leave it open to do some more. I just don't want to see it become, we're going to put all the emphasis on it because she was Captain America's girlfriend.
Well, she also is one of the original creators of
Shield.
Shield.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where I'm hoping it was going, but it could end after that. Is what I was hoping for.
Here's the thing. I'd like to see what happens afterwards. Similar to what happens in the one shot that they did. A couple years back, I forget which Blu-ray that came with. It might have been Thor: The Dark World. We got an Agent Carter one shot, and that was really, really tastefully done. If you do this though, bring back Howard Stark, bring back Tommy Lee Jones. I'm gonna need to see him back. I don't care. He cannot smile the entire time. Bring that man back. Show him more respect than Men in Black did.
For sure.
For sure.
Well, what do you guys think the spinoff is actually going to be, though?
That's a really good question.
I'm going to go Inhumans.
You really think it's like Inhumans?
See, I really thought that.
I think it because if they keep to a smaller arc, if they do a spinoff, I really think it'll be smaller. I would like to see that, or I'd like to see maybe Bobby Morse spinoff in their own show. I think for a season like that could be good in an 8-episode arc. I really think there's a lot more to the Mockingbird character than the show is allowing to happen right now. Maybe spin her and Hunter off into their own show. I would really enjoy seeing that, actually. The chemistry between Adriana Palacki and Nick Blood is really good, in my opinion, at least for the S.H.I.E.L.D. show. But an Inhuman show at the same time makes sense to me. Kyle MacLachlan, shoot, have him be like the recurring villain on there. Let Chloe Bennett go do her own thing, because her and Clark Gregg are easily the leads of this show right now, and Gregg is so far above her in terms of acting, predominantly due to his age, but he's been around a lot longer. But he's the only one who's given a ton to do in the show. So,
So what would it be called? Like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and The Real S.H.I.E.L.D.? Like, seriously. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think they would call it anything related to S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, that could just if it's a Mockingbird show, name it Mockingbird. Rise of the Inhumans, something like that.
Well, think about it. The Inhumans movie is what? I don't know, 3 years, 4 years off?
4 years off. 4 years off.
So they have to do something with that, because they just dropped this bombshell, and if they just kind of do the Inhuman of the Week, I'm going to get really annoyed really fast.
But they've introduced the cool ones already.
I think if they do the Inhumans, what do you call it? They will definitely lead. Man, they'll probably do like your C team kind of Inhuman stuff to lead into Black Bolt, to lead into Medusa, to lead into all of the other one. So I actually just definitely did that wrong. Oops.
Black Bolt and Medusa would be really cool to see brought in through that.
That would be good to see. I really enjoy those characters.
Plus, I really think if you do a show like that, you could get Elizabeth Olsen and Aaron Taylor Johnson to potentially guest star on that. Especially if it's a smaller season, you could bring them in for a 2-part season finale or something like that, rather than shoehorning them into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. If you brought them in at the end of the first season, it would feel a lot more organic, because by then it's a year after Age of Ultron, etc.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. Whatever they do, I don't want them to get I feel like their heads are getting a little too big now, even with Daredevil being out. It's like, yeah, guys, we can do TV now. And then they're like, all right, let's do all these shows and all these shows. Be careful. Don't saturate the superhero TV shows just immediately. We got a decent handful right now.
And I mean, especially with Marvel having 4 more on the horizon with Netflix.
Exactly.
That's why I'm saying I really think if they did a spinoff, it needs to be a mini-series. It needs to be 6 to 8 episodes as a limited event or something. But
mini-series are good, but the mainstay is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I'm way okay with that. But yeah, keep doing those kind of 1 or 2 season shows, and as filler for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and that'll be great. I really enjoy that. Even though I hate using the word filler, because filler is nasty, but still.
Now, Kiku.
Yes.
You were a huge fan of The Kingsman, weren't you?
I was. It was a very good movie. I did a review on it. You know that.
Sophia Botello, I think I'm saying that right, who was Gazelle in The Kingsman, is rumored to be up for a role in Star Trek 3. Now, who she would play is an interesting subject. As of right now, there are only 3 female leads, which are Bones' ex-wife, the president of the Federation, and one of Captain Kirk's rivals. How do you guys feel about that? I don't think she'd be any of these, personally.
I honestly think she's going to be a Klingon, like underling to Idris Elba. That's my thought on that.
Idris Elba's daughter.
Yes.
Calling it. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
There you go.
And that's all. That's pretty much all I can say to that. That's all I can really guess about that. So yeah.
Now, Star Trek 3 in general, guys, are we excited about this one? I know we have some differing opinions. I'm going to go ahead and on record. I'm very excited. I like the two that J.J. Abrams did. I like Justin Lin. The man knows how to direct action. The action sequences, in Fast 5 and Fast 6 were just over the top and ridiculous. I think he could do really good with something like Star Trek. And with Simon Pegg writing the script intrigues me a lot too. So I'm really excited for this.
I'm kind of like, I'll go see it eventually. Star Trek really isn't my complete jam, but I do enjoy it. So I'll definitely give it a shot for sure.
I think Star Trek is gonna fall very mightily in popularity because of everything else that is coming out over the next few years. Yeah. Especially with J.J. Abrams leaving to go to Star Wars, which gives Star Wars now his pedigree. You've got all this DC stuff coming out. You've got all the Marvel stuff coming out. You've got all the Star Wars stuff coming out. Star Trek, Trekkies, Trekkers, whatever they're called nowadays, aren't thrilled with the way the new series has gone. So I think that they don't even have that hardcore fan base to really go see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do think they're lacking the hardcore fan base. There's no denying the success that Star Trek and then Star Trek Into Darkness had. But I really do think this is the end of a trilogy. I don't think it's meant to extend into 7 movies, a new series, everything else. Chris Pine is becoming more in demand. I don't know what Zachary Quinto is doing anymore. Carl Urban does a lot of fan favorite roles. He was Judge Dredd. Zoe Saldana is in everything.
Except Star Wars, but coming soon.
It will happen. She will play fluorescent purple alien in it. But yeah, it's. I think the Star Trek reboot came along at the exact right time. Back in 2009, I believe, is when it came out, and then Into Darkness about 4 years later. They have about 3 or 4 years between. I think it came along at the right time, just before the resurgence of everything ever made.
Agreed.
So it's good. I'm looking forward to a fitting end, and it comes next summer. So,
yay, next summer.
Well, I've got some crazy video game news for you guys.
What's going on in video games? It's always something weird.
Team Ninja, very famous for Ninja Gaiden games, is reportedly working on an arcade brawler of Dissidia Final Fantasy. Square Enix said that they want it to be an arcade exclusive as of right now, Japan only, obviously. But let's be honest, Final Fantasy is mega huge in the US, and this type of game mixed with Final Fantasy would do gangbusters in the United States. Considering that Final Fantasy 15 is a very brawler-esque type of title, we might just see this hit US stores in the future. Team Ninja is very famous for doing brawler-type games, combos and stuff like that with their pedigree with Ninja Gaiden, even though without Itagaki on 3 wasn't too great. But this would be cool. Final Fantasy is definitely moving in a more action-oriented type of way lately. So, I don't know. This could be really cool. I hope they actually don't make it arcade exclusive.
Yeah, I could see this coming out on current-gen consoles as... $20, $30 downloadable title, a lot like Killer Instinct is on the Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I don't know how successful a Final Fantasy fighting game would be in the U.S. That's just me personally. I'm not a massive fan of the series, but I definitely think it's died off in popularity a lot. But 15 could reinvigorate that. I just haven't seen as much excitement, with Final Fantasy 13, even going back to 12, and of course the two MMOs that happened past 10. I really think 10 was the height of its popularity in America. Something like this could help, but I feel like it just appeals to that small, dedicated fan base at this point.
I mean, well, let's be honest. We know what's going to make Final Fantasy popular again. It's going to be Kingdom Hearts 3. Come on.
Well, that's going to keep us all in a retirement home at the rate we're going.
But I mean, this Dissidia has always been a very fun Final Fantasy game, if you ask me. And so I feel like this is kind of the time that a lot more people would have access to it. So more people would then indeed enjoy something like it. They wouldn't know who the heck is there. Like who's the guy with the spiky hair and who's the other guy with the spiky hair? And is this a girl or a guy? I mean, there's stuff like that without having, but it would be, if they do it right, which Team Ninja has done really great things like that. It could be really good.
I mean, I like Team Ninja, so there's definitely nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with Square Enix outsourcing this. I just wonder how popular this will be. To be a fighting game and be successful, there's a lot that has to go into it these days. Basically, unless you're Mortal Kombat, or Super Smash Brothers, it's not guaranteed.
Yeah, but it's not going to be a fighting game, man. It's going to be brawler like Streets of Rage.
Oh, okay. I was interpreting this as a fighting game. My bad.
No. I mean, this is like a full-on brawler. You probably won't. You probably won't see leveling up in it. It'll just be one of those, pick up crap off the side of the road and beat the hell out of everybody.
Okay. Never mind. Ignore everything I just said, then, listeners. Ignore
everything he said.
Everything.
Well, thanks for chewing up time on us, Josh.
Yeah, no. So, in other more important news, so we really enjoy superheroes here, right?
Yes, we do.
We enjoy families of superheroes, correct?
That depends. What family?
Not the Fantastic Four.
Hey!
We enjoy them when they're not being controlled by Fox.
Well, anyway, the more important superhero family, The Incredibles. So Brad Bird, one of the geniuses behind Pixar, has stated that he has started writing The Incredibles 2, and now everything is right in the world. I've been waiting for this movie.
I enjoy The Incredibles. I'm gonna say that I feel that this is coming.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, Kiku did just get the pop. That is beautiful. I think that a sequel to The Incredibles is coming a little too late. I really was surprised when they didn't make a sequel within like the first 5-6 years of it being out, especially because it seemed to be one of the most beloved Pixar movies aside from Toy Story. It's one of those that's definitely remained a big fan favorite with the Pixar loyal throughout the years, and it's one of the ones that stayed consistently good during the test of time. I really think we would have seen a sequel sooner had Marvel not made the deal with Disney.
Yeah, I'm kind of, part of me is excited that they didn't do it right away because they wanted to capture us as an audience, if that makes sense. Because by now they would think, okay, they're older now. Some of them might have kids. It's time to get that money. And I feel like with the superhero boom where it is right now, it'll fit right in and it'll be probably among the top, to be completely honest.
It will. Here's my only concern. When Pixar had been asked in the past why they had never made a sequel to The Incredibles, and John Lasseter had said that Pixar never wanted to make a sequel unless they felt they could top the original. And that's why, when we got Toy Story 2, we waited literally a decade between 2 and 3. But now there's a sequel announced to almost every classic Pixar film. We have a Toy Story 4 coming. We have a Finding Nemo sequel. We had Cars 2, which was an abomination. We have The Incredibles 2 coming. As much as I wanted to explore the world of The Incredibles more, at the same time, I love having the memories of the original. And if the first movie is so good, I don't usually clamor for a sequel. This could be good if it's done right. And since Brad Bird is coming back to do it, I really do think it'll be good. Just very cautiously optimistic here.
Well, I've got some information for you, Josh. Between Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3, there was a decade.
I just heard that.
Yep, and Toy Story 3 was actually the most profitable out of all the Toy Stories.
Yes, it was.
It was. The Incredibles, I think, even if it comes out in the next couple of years, is still going to hold sway over it's still going to hold sway over people because it is probably the most hardcore Pixar. I can't believe he just put Troy Baker.
I'm sorry. That was great.
Who put Troy Baker?
So the question was, everybody who's listening, and like, what's happening? Who is the voice of the Joker? And you should know already. And everybody's like, Mark Hamill, Mark Hamill, Mark Hamill. And then the guy's like, Troy Baker. Way to go, Elijah. I will give you Ray points for that one because that was hilarious. He is good too, but you know, when I say the voice, I mean Mark Hamill.
But getting back on track for The Incredibles, it has the most hardcore fan base out of any of them that, you know, crosses over from not only children but to adults. It is my favorite. It is my favorite Pixar movie, and I think if Disney plays it right, at some point you could see a crossover between Big Hero 6 and The Incredibles.
Oh my God, that'd be so good.
I think you could too, and that idea definitely excites me. I would love to see Baymax and Dash in the same scene. That would be hilarious to me. Or, you know, Mr. Incredible just trying to figure out what the heck is going on.
You have to think about it. They've aged.
Not to mention, it's like Disney owns Samuel L. Jackson at this point. So if Frozone's not back, though, I'm not seeing it.
It's
Straight
okay.
up.
He's making big money. Between Capital One and Disney, this thing's set for life.
So, yeah.
I take it.
Frozone Pop, and I will support this movie and do whatever you ask me to do, Disney.
All right, Disney, you've got us by your talons. Don't let us down. Or drop us, for that matter.
So, guys.
Yes.
We have more superhero news going on.
Oh, more. There's always so much.
Related to Disney.
Oh, more Disney.
During the press tour for Avengers Age of Ultron...
Wait. Did you just say press tour?
Yep, he said press tour.
Tour.
Mark Ruffalo dropped an interesting hint regarding the future of the Hulk. Ruffalo stated there have been some preliminary discussions about a Planet Hulk film, but nothing concrete has been established yet. Ruffalo was showing repeated enthusiasm for the story and emphasized that it's all just talk right now. But still, the idea of a Planet Hulk film could be really exciting. How would you guys feel about that?
It would be a very, very motion capture heavy movie if they did Planet Hulk, which I'm not mad about.
It would be. I mean, we have to remember that Ruffalo does do all the motion capture for the Hulk already as it is, and that he provides the Hulk's voice in combination with Lou Ferrigno. I can never say his name right.
Ferrigno.
Lou Tortellini.
Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno. I really think that could be it could be good. The CG heaviness doesn't bother me. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy turned out perfectly fine. That had lot of CG in it.
Very true.
And with the right director, I think this could be done. But it would have to wait until Phase 4. There's no way you cram this into Phase 4.
Please don't try to cram that into this right now.
We don't need any more. We already have like 3 a year.
So good. But yeah, I would be all down. I'm down for that. That'd be great.
And then give you World War Hulk in Phase 4.
See, I think that would have to be. I don't know. I don't know if World War Hulk would, because that's kind of like an Endgame movie almost. Like, because that's kind of a thing that happened and then
lead up to it.
I don't know. That'd be weird, but I'd like to see it.
Me too. Kiku?
I would watch that movie every day for the rest of my life until I died.
Every day until you died?
Every day until I died.
Okay. I can see that.
Every day until I died.
They'd be like, Ray, it's time. It's time for what, Kiku? Is today? Yes. It's time for my daily viewing of Hulk on his deathbed.
I would put in Planet Hulk. Put in Planet. Oh, I don't love you, children or grandchildren. Planet Hulk.
Oh God.
I'd be very excited though if they did that. But we also have more Marvel news, guys.
Whoa, more! My goodness.
Kevin Feige has been dropping hints again. He is
liar.
Tricks. Kevin Feige is a dirty liar, but we still love him anyways.
Yeah, we love him.
He has disclosed that Doctor Strange will begin filming this November in anticipation of its November 2016 release date. And he also announced that the Spider-Man film coming from Marvel and Sony will not be an origin story and will in fact star a teenage Peter Parker who is already in the Spider-Man suit, and it will not be Miles Morales, which shocks absolutely nobody who listens.
Well, if you listen to this show, we've been telling you that from the start.
Yes.
We've been telling you. We told you exactly what he just told you. We told you that.
We've been saying it every week.
It would make no sense for it to be an origin story or for it to be Miles Morales at this point. I'm sorry.
But that actually leads me to a little interesting tidbit I want to bring up with you guys. A few weeks ago, we reported that Robert Downey Jr. was in talks to play a mentor role to Peter Parker in this film.
Mm-hmm.
And that Peter would potentially be facing the Sinister Six.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think that this lends more credence? Screen Rant actually just came out. I think it was either Screen Rant or Movie Pilot had an article that came out just a couple hours ago talking about how Spider-Man was always the center focal point of Phase 3. With that, though, they said that Robert Downey Jr. was intricately a part of Phase 3. They re-signed him for Civil War, and they basically convinced him to come back for Civil War and for both parts of Infinity War because they made him believe his character was that key to the setup of this. And if we look at Phase 1 and 2, Tony Stark really is the core of everything. They've based it around their star. It makes sense that if Phase 3 is going to really retire all the heroes that we've come to know and love through the Avengers film so far, that Downey would be the one to go out with a bang and be the consistent one. Civil War, have him show up for basically a glorified cameo in Spider-Man, and then be leading the team again in Infinity War.
Yeah. I mean, Tony started the whole thing. And, well, Robert Downey Jr. is what I should say. He was their prodigal son. Like, he was like, all right, Iron Man 1, this is going to jump point everything. And I'm thinking they're pulling it back. They're pulling it back and saying, okay, this is what we want to do. We want to make sure that we lead off Phase 4, right? Because Phase 4, I think, is the beginning of the end of the main Marvel Universe that we know about, if that makes sense. So this is kind of like the super swan song, and it's going to be amazing. So to have him leading it makes sense.
I also like the lineup that they have going forward, and they mixed it up. It's cool that we're going to get to see Black Panther with the, quote-unquote original Avengers, that one of them isn't Captain America.
Sucks to suck, everybody.
Sucks to suck. But I think it's cool that we'll get to see that, but, going forward, it's going to be, after Phase 3, if they decide to continue to go on with this universe or reboot the universe or whatnot. If they decide to go forward with it, you're going to have a very unique lineup that I don't think any of us are really going to be familiar with the dynamics of. Like, yeah, we're super aware of the dynamic between, Cap and Iron Man. We are super aware of Thor and Hulk. We are not aware of Black Panther and Doctor Strange.
Yes, I am.
No. You aren't. We're also not, like Black Panther and Spider-Man. Yeah, there have been some books read, but not like huge arcs focused on the relationship between these two. And I think that's going to be cool going forward because we're going to see things that we haven't seen.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're going to go ahead and shift gears here and talk about some DC news. We have 3 big pieces coming out this week of DC's upcoming slate and who will be helming some of these projects. The first one is James Wan of Furious 7 fame, as well as the Saw franchise, The Conjuring, and a few others, is said to be the frontrunner to direct Aquaman.
Aquaman!
If you would have told me this even a month ago, I would have laughed you out of the room. After seeing Furious 7, I think he could handle an action film like this.
I mean, yeah, why not? It's Aquaman.
Yeah.
Can't really mess that up.
I'm
kidding. It's a joke.
Been emphasizing, though, James Wan, yes, he could be a very good director. That movie is going to completely hinge on Jason Momoa, though.
I agree. Yeah, without a doubt, that he has to be very strong.
Jason Momoa and the screenwriters. Those are the two things. You give a decent script to a halfway competent director, and he can make it good. But it's really going to be in your leading man and in your script.
Yeah, and you think about it, that whole movie's going to be CGI. It has to be, at least. Well, probably not the whole thing, because there's some, I'm pretty sure they're going to have some throwbacks to what's going on above ground too. So we'll see what's happening.
I know the action will be really cool in Aquaman, obviously with James Wan. But he's really known for directing some ham-fisted acting, man. Mm-hmm. And that's that's my semi kind of concern about it, because Aquaman is the least seriously taken character that you have in that stable, and I would figure that you would maybe want somebody who can make him cooler, but not in the way of like Dominic Toretto's cool, of, you know, he races around and blows crap up and this is my family. You know, you want him to be taken.
This time it's not just about being fast.
Yeah. You know, you want him to be taken more seriously, definitely more seriously.
Yeah.
You definitely do not want to have Aquaman turning around to someone and going, "We hungry."
Well, Tyrese can't be in this movie then. We'll be fine.
Hey, he might be Green Lantern.
Stop it! Stop it right now.
Moving right along.
Oh, Adrift.
Yet another
I hate you guys.
Yet another DC property.
I hate you
Phil
guys.
Lord and Chris Miller, the dynamic duo behind films like 21 and 22 Jump Street and last year's critically acclaimed movie, The Lego Movie, have been signed on with Warner Brothers' Flash movie. It isn't known if they will be writing the script or directing the film, but one thing can be gleaned from this information. The film will be comedic. I don't like it.
Really?
Don't like
I am surprised that you're just outright do not like it.
I'm going to go ahead and say outright do not like it. I don't like 21 and 22 Jump Street. And the Lego Movie, I think... I think the Lego Movie was a case of coming along at the exact right time when people were coming of age, a.k.a. everyone underneath the age of, like, 23 loved it. Anybody could have made a smash hit with that, though. I mean, with the amount of characters you had in there, the talent, everything else, I really think the voice acting is what made that movie better than what it was, because the script is actually horrible in a lot of areas for the Lego Movie. I just feel like this is another case of, like we saw with the Russo brothers, and there was one other director I was going to say, but definitely the Russo brothers. It's probably the biggest one, of being rumored for everything under the sun because they had a successful movie or two. I don't think they're the right fit for Flash. I would love to be proven wrong. I probably will be proven wrong. But as of right now, no. I don't know.
Is it because you feel like these guys would not take Flash as seriously as he should be taken?
I think so, yes. The Flash has a lot of notorious rogues. He has some of the most sinister rogues in comics, in my opinion. And I mean, especially because we don't know who they're going to go with the villain for this, but I would go ahead and assume that in its first movie they might introduce or start setting up Reverse Flash. If you do that, though, like that, you inherently have to take that story seriously. And I just don't see that happening. That's probably my biggest concern, is that they won't respect the source material. I mean, we've seen Zack Snyder went crazy with Man of Steel. I don't want that to keep happening. I'm very afraid for DC's universe, and the fact that I don't think the people that they're just throwing in there, they don't have a Kevin Feige overlooking everything. They don't have a Joss Whedon overlooking everything. Their Joss Whedon is Zack Snyder. That should tell you something right there. I don't see these films meshing together like we've seen before, and I just don't. That's not a story full of a ton of humor to me, if that makes sense. The Flash is not. The Flash to me is one of the more tragic heroes. He's had a lot of things happen in his storylines. We know the origins of the Flash.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but this is a different Flash. This is Wally West.
This is. I don't know. Maybe I'm just spewing nonsense, but I don't think these guys are the right ones to bring this particular property to life.
Well, especially because Wally West is so much more tragic than Barry Allen and Bart Allen. I think if you're going to do a comedic outlook, it should actually be on Bart Allen and not Wally West. But, look, man, they got to do something to overcome Grant Gustin if they want that movie to be semi-popular, because what's going to happen now is people are going to go in and see that movie and immediately compare it to Grant Gustin.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna judge it before it comes out.
Yeah, and I mean, immediately they're going to judge it. We all are. I mean, I think you're going to do that, especially because they refuse to use Grant Gustin in the movie. And by then, when is The Flash coming out? 2017, 2018?
2017.
17. You're going to have about 3 or 4 seasons of The Flash already in the books, or 3 in the books and 1 currently on air, unless they say we're skipping a season to let the Flash movie come out, which
they might make them do that. So.
they might make them do that. I think it's completely moronic to skip it. If the Flash, the way it's heading now, if it at least stays at the level it is right now and doesn't get better, which, by the way, if it gets better, it'd be the best show on TV. If it stays where it is right now, where you're dying to see it every week, and you take it off the air for a season for your Ezra Miller film, people are going to be upset, and you're looking at one of them right now.
Oh yeah, I'd be mad too.
I definitely think I speak for all of us when I say that we've made it very clear that Grant Gustin is the Flash for us. Grant Gustin is, for me, he's the DC equivalent almost of like a Robert Downey Jr. Like, you can't replace him in that role right now in my eyes. And I would even argue that we have a second irreplaceable cast member in the Flash in Tom Cavanaugh. As Harrison Wells. I really like him in that role.
I
love him. I've liked him for a very long time. He's normally known for taking comedic roles too. So, I mean, who knows? We could be really surprised by this, but right now, I don't like that duo.
So, who knows?
You know what duo I do like?
What duo do you like?
Chad Stileski and David Leith.
What are they doing?
Are rumored to be up for an unyet identified DC film. You may know them from John Wick.
Oh, that movie did great.
Yes, John Wick was definitely one of my surprises last year. I went in expecting to hate it, and I came out loving it.
Yeah, that's the way everybody kind of described it to me. They were like, I don't know what this is going to be about. It's Keanu Reeves, blah, blah, blah. And it turned out to be fantastic.
Yeah, great action in it. Very good action. Any guesses as to what this film could be?
Like you guessed, I'm thinking Cyborg as well. Cyborg would be a great fit for them, especially for that tone that movie had. Cyborg definitely fits that tone.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at it, Cyborg is about the only one that does not have a director attached yet. Cyborg and Shazam are about the only two announced films without directors. I'm not really sure. I can't see them doing Shazam, but Cyborg, I would see that fitting with their style. My only concern with this is we're 5 years out from this film.
Oh my God!
Why are we figuring out directors already? Get a script going.
At this point, I'm not gonna lie, it's almost as bad as video games coming out with release dates. Stop telling me when this movie is supposed to be out. Just kind of say, hey, looking at this window, show me the timeline, like a timeline without time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
show me the chronological order, but stop telling me this movie's coming out in this year and this year, because that's so far away at this point.
Yeah.
So far. I mean, I know they're doing it to appease us, but still, it's driving me nuts. Because Inhumans, like we already talked about, 2018? Oh my God. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but they don't have anybody really set up to direct that movie, do they? Inhumans?
No, but that's why I wish they just said, hey, the Inhumans movie is coming out. Don't tell me when. Please, stop it.
You know, man, movies, on the other hand, are a little easier to make than games. So
I don't know about that.
They don't take that. Well, no, not easier. They just take less time. I'm happy to know when these things are coming out and how they're kind of going to develop. We don't know exactly how they're going to develop. Also, the Inhumans movie, with them already introducing Inhumans, we have absolutely no idea what's going to go on. Like, when are we going to see Black Bolt?
That's true.
If you tell me that they're going to hold off on Black Bolt till 2018, I'm going to say you're high. Extremely high. You're a Big Mac high.
I do. Got the meat sweats.
Got the meat sweats.
But yeah, I'm really excited to see all this stuff come out, but the sense of time, that's what's going to kill me. I mean, but I feel like I waited forever for Avengers 2, and now we're so close that I want it. I need it now. So I guess it's just me being selfish, but still.
Marvel needs to put everything out on Netflix in 1 year. That's what we want.
Of course. That's what everybody needs to do. Everything on Netflix, and you can watch it the whole season in one night. Yep.
All right. Well, we've got some other information. We actually get to talk about a little bit about Harry Potter, which I know excites Josh. His
Harry
nipples
Potter
are now hard on air.
Harry Potter? Where?
That scares me.
Ray, please, you're gonna scare away all the
Oh,
listeners.
Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Don't be scared.
Gosh, it's your question
Don't be
turn.
scared. Voldemort. I got Voldemort. I got this.
I just want to say in the messenger group, somebody just said Jason Statham for Black Bolt.
I'll fight you. I will fight you and your little sister. Don't you dare.
It's all about Vin Diesel, guys.
Yes, actually, I agree with that. I agree.
He is not required to talk at all.
And we'll be good with that.
He just has to look very intimidating and shout really loud.
I would have even gone with The Rock.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh man, damn it!
But he's going to be Black Adam.
He should have been Black Bolt. God damn, I'm pretty sure they wanted him.
The way things are going right now with the WB, maybe that movie might not get made. So
I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I bet you they wanted him.
Oh, be still
Black
my
Bolt.
heart.
I bet you they wanted him because I would have wanted him.
Bolt. Oh,
Mm-mm.
he's gonna show up to arrest Paul Walker again.
But then think about it. Rock is almost too big to be Black Bolt, if that makes sense.
That does make sense. Can we talk about Harry Potter now, guys?
No. Did you say The Rock is too big to play Black Bolt? The dude is cock diesel, man.
No, Vin Diesel is like normal swole. Rock is like extra swole.
Whenever those two are on screen
read
together, there's too
Black
much
Bolt
testosterone for me.
I want you to go read the Inhumans. Black Bolt is huge.
Black Bolt is not that swole.
Anyways, the long gestating film, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, written by J.K. Rowling herself, has been rumored to finally be courting its lead. Eddie Redmayne is in the sights of the film to play Newt Scamander. Redmayne is famous for his portrayal of Stephen Hawking in The Theory of Everything, which he won the Oscar for, portraying a rather forgettable and whispery character in Jupiter Ascending, and in my favorite role of his so far, Marius in Les Miserables.
Oh my God, the kid is good. He's really good.
Yes.
When I looked at him, like he fits into that universe so well, just like typecast basically. So.
I've said it before. When I saw him in Les Mis, I looked over at Chelsea and I said, "Remember this kid's name? He's going to be a star." And sure enough, 3 years later, here he is winning the Oscar for Best Actor. He looks like he belongs in the Harry Potter universe. He looks like it. I definitely like this rumor more than I do the word we were hearing about Matt Smith being courted for the lead a few weeks ago.
I like Matt Smith, but not that much.
I would take Eddie Redmayne over Matt Smith any day for this role.
Agreed.
Keith?
Oh, I don't care about this movie. We can continue.
I don't want to talk about stuff I don't care about.
I don't really have enough information on Fantastic Beasts, like the story, for me to really be like, oh yay, something else from J.K. Rowling. She's also kind of ruined the series for me and that world by, after everything is coming out, like giving more information about characters that just it's unnecessary. I
agree.
Like the whole Dumbledore being a homosexual thing. Nothing against, obviously I have nothing against homosexuals. I just think it's completely unnecessary to tell the sexual preference of Albus Dumbledore. I don't care if he's straight. I don't care if he's gay.
I mean, it literally had no bearing on the series. And this goes back to discussions we've had before. It had no bearing on the series, and then there's just random crap she's throwing out there.
Yeah,
that was just something that people asked until she told them, and then people were like, "What?"
That is, God, what made me walk away from the franchise quite a while ago. I even got so mad with all the additional crap she was throwing out in the years after Deathly Hallows, even after the movies, that I went and sold all my movies and I sold all the books because I was so mad at what she was saying, and then I eventually reconciled and we got the Blu-ray set at Christmas. But this is the first time I can honest to God say I am interested in this movie, is hearing that Eddie Redmayne is up for the lead. David Yates does not thrill me as a director. I hated what he did to Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, and Deathly Hallows Part 2. I absolutely hated those. But Part 1 of Deathly Hallows is an incredible movie. I absolutely just detest David Yates as a director. I think that's where the franchise went south, was with number 5 in terms of the movies. And with him at the helm of this quote-unquote trilogy, they have one chance to get my attention. One chance with this movie.
One chance?
One chance. If I don't like the first one, I won't go see the rest of them. I actually had to force myself to go see Part 2 of Deathly Hallows when it came out. I initially did not want to because I was so upset with 2 of the other 3 David Yates films. So,
I know I completely agree with that, especially your assessment of the last 3/4 movies. That to me is definitely where the series went downhill. I don't think Order of the Phoenix has so much more going on in the book that they should have focused on in the movie, especially stuff that has to do with Dobby.
yeah, Order of the Phoenix really like we're both kind of getting at. That's where it went downhill a little bit. If anything, that's the first movie that should have been split into 2. There's just so much going on, and yet I think it was the shortest film.
Also, what Yates' handling of the final battle was atrocious.
Yeah, Harry and Dumbledore were not whizzing around the castle. They literally fought in the Great Hall, and that battle is so much more intense and personal and violent in the book.
Yeah.
I mean, that was some rated R stuff in the book.
Well, I'm not saying they should have gone rated R, but they definitely should have shown more of the fighting, especially the one scene, I don't care if you've never seen the last movie at this point, but when George dies and Mrs. Weasley goes after Bellatrix Lestrange, that should have been the most...
He goes after Bellatrix because Bellatrix tried to kill Ginny. Mm-hmm. In the book, okay, Harry...
But she kills George. She kills George first, and then she goes...
At that point, Bellatrix is fighting Hermione, Ginny, and I want to say, not Tonks, McGonagall. She's fighting McGonagall. Dumbledore is fighting Kingsley and a couple of the other big bads, Slughorn and someone else. And Harry's kind of staying invisible, and then literally, it said when Molly Weasley kills Bellatrix, Voldemort has a mental breakdown, like more of a snap with reality, and goes into a murderous rage, and Harry only reveals himself then to save Mrs. Weasley. And that's when this epic showdown happens between the 2 of them. And it was not like it was in the movie. In the movie, it was terrible. But if we talk about this, I'm going to rant all day, and it'll turn into topic of the week.
Okay, well, another book series coming to movies, which sort of excites me, sort of doesn't, is the long-gestating Stephen King's The Dark Tower, which has been trying to be made for years now, has found a new home in Sony Pictures and MRC. A new draft was written for the first book by Akiva Goldsman and Jeff Pinkner. I mean, Goldsman has an Academy Award for Beautiful Mind, but everything after that is... whatever. The film is being fast-tracked to be put into production with no director or lead actor to be set. Ron Howard, who has been trying to get the movie made for God knows how many years now, still... Not 2. He's actually been doing it for like 5 or 6.
I said too long.
Oh, too long. Okay, I thought you said 2 years. Is producing the said film, and it has seen the likes of Javier Bardem and Russell Crowe eyeing the lead for Roland Deschain, with Aaron Paul in talks to play Eddie Dean.
Yeah, bitch.
I'm not a huge Stephen King fan, but if you tell me that Javier Bardem or Russell Crowe and even Aaron Paul are up for the lead roles, I would watch it. At one point, this was in production as a J.J. Abrams series for HBO.
Well, it was always Ron Howard and J.J.
I thought Ron Howard was just producing it. I thought Abrams was being brought on to direct.
Yes, but the thing is that it's been Howard's love child to bring. Well, what it was supposed to be was they were going to do one movie and then link, I believe, the second book and the third book with a TV show, the fourth movie fourth book to be a movie. And then 5 and 6 to be the television series, and then the last one to be a 2-part movie. That is basically what they said they wanted to do. So,
Austin, you hate Aaron Paul?
Who said that?
Even Breaking Bad?
Who said that? Oh my God, Austin.
God, you people.
You people? What do you mean, you people?
I don't even know how to respond to that. I'm turning away from the comments. I'm upset right now.
Well, Elijah was like, "Yeah, I want to see Age of Ultron, but meh."
the meth monster strikes again.
It possesses another body.
That it goes around. It really does.
It really does.
Do you know what time of week it is?
Well, it's not.
What time is it?
It's not yet that time. You keep jumping the gun on everything today.
He's got an itchy trigger finger. What can I say?
He does. He really wants to get into this topic because he's got a
really
lot
does.
to say. However, there's one last bit of news. Recently, Friday, Marvel released the finally critically acclaimed television series Daredevil. I am about 5 episodes into Daredevil, and
I think I'm in the same place, I think.
I can honestly say that I was hooked after the first 15 minutes. It is amazing.
So
now,
good.
I have a lot to say on this because we're gonna keep away from
spoilers.
We're not going to talk about the show at all. We're going to talk about.
I in particular am going to keep away from spoilers.
Yeah.
Because I'm the only one out of the three of us who has actually finished the entire series. I finished.
I'm the one who has no obligations other than to watch Daredevil. Look at me. I'm Josh.
No, I did it while writing research papers.
Oh, God.
I definitely will share a few little tidbits from reviews that have already come out, reviews that came out weeks ago. One, if you are not watching this, immediately remedy that. Two, that opening title sequence is very, very well done. It's from the same people who did True Detectives, so it should be no surprise that it's good. The music is it's very reminiscent of the Spider-Man theme for me from Danny Elfman. That's what I instantly thought of. And then third, Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio. I don't know if I'm saying
D'Onofrio, yeah.
D'Onofrio.
Tortellini.
And you're a film major. It's not even that bad.
D'Onofrio. Those
DiCaprio?
two are so perfectly cast in these roles. That, I mean, wow. Whenever they're on screen, they just command the entire scene, no matter who else is acting opposite them. And let's be clear, the entire cast is very well done. But those two steal every scene that they're in.
I love Vincent D'Onofrio. He is one of my favorite actors, top 5. I like what he does with Wilson Fisk, but I'm not too sure how I feel about him and he's kind of sad that he has to hurt people kind of thing to get the way to, fix the city. Like he's a reluctant criminal. Maybe it's where I'm at in the show, but I really kind of wished that they would put Kingpin in that I am the Kingpin, I will do whatever it takes to rule.
I think it gets there. I really think it gets there. Don't say anything, Josh, but Kiku, after seeing, I think it was episode 4, it gets there. And oh my God, just dude, I have no doubts about that. Kingpin gets to be Kingpin. Just after seeing that one scene at the end of that episode, I just know.
I'm hoping. I'm really hoping.
I have no doubts. I have zero doubts.
In fact, one of my other role that I really, really like doesn't come until later in the series, so I won't disclose it because it's spoilers, but an actor that I really, really like shows up, and his role is it's significant. If you know any Daredevil lore, it's a significant role. So,
is it Stick?
Yep.
I'm gonna fight you.
That's not spoilerish. Come on, it's an origin. People should know.
Yeah, Scott Glenn is Stick in this, and I like Scott Glenn a lot. I think he does a great job in that mentorish role. And he also, he always plays kind of shadowy, mysterious figures. So I really like what he did with Stick. Again, though, the casting is impeccable. The action in episode 2, I'm going to go ahead and say right now, that sequence is just incredible. If you've seen it, you know what sequence I'm talking about in episode 2.
Oh yeah, and that's pinnacle point of the entire season.
Straight up, no fight scene is going to top that for me right now.
I've been telling people, I was like, that was elevator scene good in Winter Soldier.
I would say it was better than that. And the thing that I like so much about what's going on with Daredevil is they ground him so much more than any other superhero I've ever seen. They very much they humanize him. They show the struggles of Matt Murdock. If you know the story of Daredevil, you know that he's Catholic and stuff like that. That's why the opening of episode 1 is just so fantastic to me.
Punisher's Catholic too. Just saying.
Yeah, but I love how Matt Murdock struggles.
He does.
The farther the series goes on, he struggles with the morality of his choices,
Mm-hmm.
and it's incredible to see. I'm really excited for you guys to finish this up so we can talk about it more in depth.
Yes.
But I will say this show in 13 episodes not only became Marvel's best show, I would say arguably became on par with Flash for the best comic book show we've seen yet.
Yep, that's exactly what I said. I was like, Flash was number 1, now it is number 2 for me.
The quote that I read when this show came out was, I said it last week, I'm going to say it again, is this series is everything Nolan's Batman films wishes they had time to explore, and everything Arrow wishes it could be without being held back by network standards. And after finishing this series, I absolutely have to agree.
I like the fact that they didn't hold back on anything. There's not a lot of really bad language in it, which is fine because that doesn't make or break a movie for me. But the violence is so real, and they're really doing one of the Marvel Knights justice, total justice.
This show earns its MA rating.
It does. It does earn it, but I think that when you stack Daredevil up against some of the other characters, and Captain America with his restraint and things like that, because he is a super soldier, Matt Murdock can't do that. He might be a trained ninja. He might be a better fighter than most people, but he's not super powerful. He can't toss somebody through a wall or anything like that. And I think the most visceral moment that really gets you prepared for how the series is going to go is in that first 15 minutes where he's on the loading docks and he puts some dude's shin through his knee. And I watched it 3 times, oh my God, did that happen?
And Daredevil is probably, they say Cap is a great tactician. Cap plus Daredevil will be the most amazing strategic force there has ever been. Yes. And they show how honed his senses are, and it's glorious. I love it. And that key factor makes him one of the most powerful there is, to be completely honest. It's just the way they portray that, top notch. I love it.
Yep.
And we actually might see Daredevil on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
They're expecting a crossover.
They're expecting.
And there's also been some talk about him possibly making a cameo in Civil War. Charlie Cox has been reaching out to Marvel repeatedly, saying that he wants in. He wants really in for Civil War, even if it's just a cameo. And everybody's being really mum about it. They're not confirming or denying it. So,
dude, I'm telling you right now, Marvel will put him in there because they love to connect everything. And even if he shows up just to do combat with a couple of other superheroes and whatnot, I mean, instantly it'll be a fan favorite scene. I
would love for that to be the introduction to the mainstream Marvel universe of Daredevil, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
That would be a dream come true, and I would squeal like a little girl in the movie.
Well, we're almost positive, though, that Luke Cage will probably get in it because, I mean, he's second in command to Captain America.
Not just that, but because of the direct aftermath of the Civil War storyline, Luke Cage not only becomes Captain America's second in command, he takes over the New Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
So, very, very interested to see what happens here, if they're going to stick to the comics or not. This Daredevil series has been shown to want to deviate a little bit, and we're not going to get into that. I'm going to let you guys discover that for yourselves. But
I'm way okay with this though, so it's all good.
I am too. Everything they did in here, there were a couple moments I was like, oh my God, did that just happen? Okay, that shattered my notion of what is happening? What are they planning for the future? Like, oh my God, there's so many different things going around in my head right now. This series deliberately screws with you in the way that the post-credit scene of Iron Man 1 did for the first time. Your mind explodes with possibilities, not just for Marvel Knights, not just for the Netflix series and the Defenders, but for the entire Marvel universe. There are repercussions in this series.
And speaking of entire universes, now it is time for Topic of the Week!
Topic of the week!
Topic of the week.
Topic of the week, and we're not going to ask any questions during the Topic of the Week, but you guys will have a crazy, crazy lightning round afterwards.
Yes.
Topic of the week this week is, with Daredevil coming out, has Netflix themselves become a powerhouse of a content provider? And by that, we're not just meaning, Hulu or other streaming services, but are they now on par with AMC? Are they on par with HBO?
All right. I have an awful lot to say this week on Topic of the Week.
Let's not put them to sleep, Josh.
I'm going to say absolutely yes. Without a doubt, Netflix has now elevated itself into the upper echelon. Their first original series was House of Cards, which was phenomenal in its own right. And then they struck gold again with, Orange is the New Black, and they started releasing a lot of comedy specials. Aziz Ansari, Nick Offerman, a couple of them did their specials on there. I think Louis C.K. even did one.
Don't forget Knights of Sidonia.
Knights of Sidonia.
Whoa. We'll get into that.
They've successfully managed to cover every single angle. I mean, they brought back Arrested Development. That's why every time a beloved show gets canceled, Almost Human had a very devout following. Firefly, even. Like, there have been cries for these shows to be brought back by Netflix because they saw what Arrested Development did, and that they brought back the Arrested Development creators for it. When Community was canceled, there were a lot of cries. I was actually appalled that Netflix did not grab it. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, which is one of my favorite new shows, when NBC got rid of it, Netflix picked it up the next day, automatically ordered another season on top of what they already had. And every one of these shows, though, is custom made for Netflix. There is literally something for everybody. This Marvel deal, though, and with the success they have just had with Daredevil, there are people that have never touched a comic book in their lives right now who are obsessing over this show because it's a Netflix original. They wanted to check it out. And I would say the only channel on television that can match what HBO is doing in terms of output is absolutely HBO. I think they have surpassed with the Marvel deal and with the addition of Daredevil and Kimmy Schmidt, two dynamically different series. I think they've passed AMC for what AMC can provide. AMC has Mad Men, which is ending in like 3 or 4 weeks, and has dipped in quality noticeably over the years to me. And other than that, they have The Walking Dead, which polarizes its audiences. You either love it or you flat out hate it.
Don't care about it.
Yep. Don't care.
But their MVP right now is Better Call Saul, which is a phenomenal show. I'm not taking anything away from it. It is one of my only must-see television shows. But that is all that AMC has to offer right now. So AMC, I think, they rode the Breaking Bad high. They had Breaking Bad, Mad Men, and Walking Dead all doing great at the exact right time. And they wanted to be the common man's HBO, and they can't match what HBO is doing. HBO has Game of Thrones, True Detective. They have legacy content like The Sopranos, The Wire, and there's so much. HBO is the only one that can match what Netflix is doing right now, and even people are even going away from HBO because they're seeing what Netflix is doing, what they're able to do, and not having to pay an outrageous amount for it. I can pay half the price of what I would have to pay for HBO now that I can for Netflix, and not only get Netflix originals, but all the other content.
Yeah, I feel like Netflix has way more to offer. I mean, not taking anything from the content that AMC and HBO have, but Netflix they have the total package, legitimately. They have the killer exclusive shows that you can only get on Netflix. They have the back category, like the back catalog of all the shows that you should have watched and that you want to watch. There's just so much there that HBO and AMC, they can't do. They just can't do that. And that's why I feel like every time Netflix will win that category. for a while when Netflix was just, oh, watch all these shows and movies that nobody really cares about and that a few people care about. When it was just that, yeah, Netflix didn't really have anything going for it. But now that Netflix is doing what it's doing right now and producing grade A exclusive content and getting good content that is nowhere else, period, it's something to not be trifled with. Maybe Amazon might try and do something with their Prime service later. I mean, right now I use Prime, the TV version of Prime, maybe like, I don't know, once every few months, but there's nothing there that I'm going to look at constantly, unlike Netflix and Hulu. So we'll see what happens. But Netflix right now, unparalleled. Even cable television has to worry about Netflix at this point.
And this is my one big point is something that I'm super surprised that Josh didn't say. I'm surprised that Ray didn't say. It's
Static
not.
Shock?
We haven't said it yet this episode. Way to get it in. Way to get it in, Ray. It's not just that the content is quality content. It's the fact that it all releases on the same day. And I think that's what elevates Netflix above AMC, above HBO, is because not only can you watch it at your own leisure, watch it all in one day like a psycho, like us, or, spend it a couple of days, a week, a couple of months because you like it, or do what I did with Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, which is watch it 4 times in 2 weeks because it's funny. I liked it.
Is it really that good?
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt is
Seriously,
amazing, dude.
Look up on YouTube Titus Andromeda doing Pinot Noir. That is my favorite scene.
Like literally right now, I have no idea what that's even about. Like,
neither do we. We've watched it multiple times.
Dude, this is a show that has nothing to do with comic books, sci-fi, superheroes of any sort, any crime fighting, or anything like that. And me and Josh have watched it incessantly. It is a very funny show.
Ellie Kemper is amazing.
It is so it's so worth to watch it at least once, or go back and rewatch it and whatnot. The theme
Just for the John Hamm cameo is amazing.
So is it like, I don't know, is it like New Girl funny or?
It's so much more funny than that, dude. It's better than that.
I mean, like that kind of like humor. I don't know.
No, it's a way far more ridiculous.
Okay, good.
More
coming out of an apocalyptic cult after 13 years.
Oh, God. Okay, this sounds great.
Yeah, but Netflix with Daredevil, and you're looking at the future of the Marvel deals. Specifically, I'll focus on that right now. Daredevil was done so right, so right.
Done so much justice. The sour taste that's been in my mouth for years is now gone. I'm so excited.
I mean, Ben Affleck has to be like, damn, right? The people who made Daredevil have to be like, damn. Not only that, they held off on revealing the uniform. It wasn't a very quick, okay, he's Daredevil now. You really get to feel the real origin of Daredevil. They don't start off with him as a kid or anything like that. They do it in flashbacks, and they give you a little more information as you go along, so that you're still getting to enjoy Daredevil, but not having to wait for Daredevil at the same time, and also learning about him. I really enjoyed the aspect of that show. But looking at the future with Luke Cage, with Jessica Jones, with Iron Fist. Right now, Jessica Jones, even though they have a really awesome cast, if that show is just a little bit below what Daredevil is, I'm not going to be disappointed whatsoever.
Me either. I mean, they can't. I'm sorry, but they can't all be on that high tier that Daredevil was.
The only show that I'm a little concerned for that it needs to be at the Daredevil level is Luke Cage.
Yes, agreed. It has to be up there. Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Daredevil all have to be on the same pedestal. They have to be.
And that's really because Luke Cage's story about being a prisoner from Harlem and whatnot, I think is going to resonate with so many more people than what these shows normally resonate with, especially from the black community.
I'll take it back. All four of them have to be on the same pedestal. I don't care if they all have to be at that quality. All of them.
Well, I mean, quality, yeah, but I think Jessica Jones is going to be a little harder to pull off into the realm of known characters and what they're going to do. I think that's one of the reasons they've surrounded Kristen Ritter with so much talent, is that people aren't just going to flock to Jessica Jones because it's Jessica Jones.
Like you said at first, most of the people watching Daredevil, they don't know shit about Daredevil.
But they know who he is.
I don't even think that. Like, most people I talk to, they don't even know who Daredevil is. They just know
They
he's
remember the
associated
Ben
with
Affleck
Marvel.
movie because they like to hate Ben Affleck.
No, like, people in our circles, yes, but people outside of the nerd
No,
circles.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
When you
Really?
say Ben Affleck, 99% of people I've ever talked to have said, "Oh, that's Daredevil." Ugh.
Yeah, well, I'm not worried about that. But yeah, I feel like the pedigree and the quality that they've just established with this show, people are going to watch these shows regardless, because they know that Daredevil was amazing and they'll all be connected. They're looking forward to it. At least I would hope so. It makes sense.
And that's the thing is, I mean, you have to remember, several of the shows that Netflix now has were pitched to networks like AMC and HBO first, and they passed on these. AMC was originally approached about the Marvel series, if I remember correctly, and they passed. I mean, that's a colossal screw up. And then Amazon tried to get it, and that's just laughable. Netflix was in the right place at the right time. They've come around. They came along at the right time in terms of content providers. I mean, you look at Amazon original series, you look at a couple Hulu original series, and nothing holds a candle to what Netflix is doing right now. I mean, consistently, they have the best stuff on television. Consistently, their episodes, their directors, their actors are nominated for all the major industry awards. I mean, Kevin Spacey won Best Actor at the Golden Globes this past year for House of Cards Season 2. He's going to be the front runner for the Emmy this year.
Wow.
He will. I will go on record as saying in July he wins Emmy for Best Actor in a Drama Series. There's no way he doesn't. Bryan Cranston's out of the picture now. McConaughey was only up for 1 year for True Detective, which was stupid.
Stolen from him.
That was also that's also HBO's fault for not entering that into a mini series. In all honesty,
No. Him losing to Bryan Cranston is a snow job. Yes, it is. Cranston, I'm not trying to take away from Cranston, okay? Not trying to take away from him at all. McConaughey was on another level in that series. On just
McConaughey was phenomenal, but when you look at the specific episode Cranston turned in for Ozymandias, probably the greatest episode of television I've ever seen in my life, there is absolutely no way he does not win that award, even though I do think McConaughey should have gotten it because Cranston has enough. That episode alone, because they don't judge it on the entire season, they judge it on one episode. That episode
delivered the last scene of True Detective with him in the wheelchair with Woody Harrelson outside the hospital at night. Dude, I'm sorry. Better than anything that Cranston's ever done. Right there.
I've never watched
Agree to disagree.
We can, fine. I'm right. You're wrong. We can agree on that.
Nope.
I've never seen these shows, so I don't care.
Ray's dead to us now.
I can't die. You know this.
But Netflix, I think one of the most surprising things about Netflix, and Josh and Ray brought it up earlier, is the fact that they've actually done original anime, which definitely shows that they are willing to do whatever it takes to be a premier content provider. And if you are into anime, or even if you're not and you're interested, Knights of Sidonia is a awesome series, and it is handled so well. It's not cheesy at all. Very serious, very action-oriented in space, and that was surprising. Like, I went into it with absolutely no sort of expectations and walked away going, I think that's one of the 10 best anime I've ever seen in my life.
If anybody listened to the episode where I was introduced to anime, that was one of the ones recommended to me, and that was actually one of the first ones I went and checked out. I watched a couple episodes of some others, and I was like, okay, I'll go look at this. It's a Netflix show. Like, I know Netflix has good stuff, and man, I was blown away by how good it was. Like, that's one of the only animes I can say, like, if there's another season produced, I will watch that instantly. Yeah. Day one, I will binge it.
And Joshua brings up a really good point. Like, no commercials. That's the one thing that I hate about Hulu. I pay to watch shows and commercials.
Mhm.
Get that shit out of here. That drives me nuts.
That's the thing. When you have an hour-long episode, like Daredevil is billed as an hour-long drama, you don't have 45 minutes of content or 43 minutes. You have the full, 58 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You get that with that. You get even House of Cards does hour and a half long episodes sometimes. Like the pilot, I believe, was an hour and a half long for House of Cards. It's unmatched by anybody. They're doing almost twice as much as any other series. People are like, oh, there's only 13 episodes a season. No, that equates out to about 22 once you add in all the extra material they're giving you.
Mm-hmm. But there's one show that I feel sorry for, and it's because it's not on Hulu and it should have been on Hulu, and that's Powers. Powers should have been not on Hulu. It should have been on Netflix. Should have been. PlayStation just. Although I'm glad that they tried to do something like that, it's not doing as well as it could have been, if you ask me.
Well, yeah, because it's strictly to PlayStation. So if you have people that don't have a PlayStation and only have an Xbox, or they don't play video games at all, you're stuck not watching it and waiting for the DVD Blu-ray to come out. Which is sad because the show, I watched 2-3 episodes of it. It's actually really good.
It is. It's not Daredevil good, but
it's not Daredevil good. It is definitely not Daredevil good, but it's good, and it's definitely worth a watch. And it's an obscure enough title for nobody to really, walk in with expectations or have any fanboyism.
Agreed.
Like Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's a good show. And I really wish it was released more to the masses. I also think that if they had Netflix behind it, which would have probably given it a bigger budget, some of the more fantastical elements of it would look better. But potato.
But yeah, I love the show. I love Powers. Powers is great.
I just
wish that they had not done this exclusive content stuff on a console like that, because then it's literally locked to some people. Like Alex just said, he's never heard of it, and that's because it is PlayStation exclusive, and that I firmly believe that's why.
If you don't have PS Plus, you do have a PlayStation, it's worth the $2 an episode.
It is.
Totally worth it.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. You guys remember probably about 5-6 years ago when Netflix raised their subscription services and everybody flipped out?
I'm glad they did that, because they wouldn't have been able to survive as a company if they had not done that.
Yeah, but not only that, do we really think that they raised their subscription services and this is the outcome to it?
Yes, I do.
I mean, like I said earlier, I would rather pay the $9 or $10 that I'm paying now for this than $15 just for HBO.
Mm-hmm. Bump that noise. I'm sorry, that's dumb.
Absolutely is a better deal. I mean, this combined with Sling pretty much completes my TV.
Exactly. That's what I told my wife. We can completely switch now.
$28 a month. Because if you were a legacy subscriber to Netflix and you were already subscribed before the fee went up, then you kept yours at $8 a month. For $28 a month, I get all the content I could ever want, and I still don't even watch half of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, but HBO, the 2 or 3 shows I love. I love True Detective. That's the one that's going to kill me, not being able to watch it the second it comes out. I'll wait for the Blu-ray. I'll stay off Twitter.
HBO actually has a new series coming out that I was going to talk to you guys about in private, not put it on the show. But since we're talking about it,
with The Rock?
there's a show coming out called The Brink with Jack Black and Tim Robbins.
What is this nonsense?
The apocalypse.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Not only that, I did the math because, as you guys know, I may or may not be moving sometime soon. If you do Sling TV, you do Netflix, and you do HBO, because there are a lot of good shows on HBO, and it'll give you some movies that you can't get on Netflix or Hulu and whatnot. You're only going to probably be paying like $60 a month.
If that.
If that. Plus, your internet connection and whatnot, which right now, I think for Uverse, I'm paying something like $232 a month.
Whoa! What?
I have a lot of the premium services.
Oh, okay.
I pay $40 for my internet.
Well, I pay $55 for Uverse, everything.
I pay $70 a month, and that's for 150 megabits and basic television.
I have all the premium stuff, man. All of it, because I watch a lot of movies, and everybody comes to my house to watch Game of Thrones. I need to start charging them.
You should.
I should. But here is my last question before we wrap it up on the topic of the week. If Netflix decides to raise their subscription service now by a few dollars, obviously they're not going to charge everybody $30, but let's say
I would go and punch that building.
yeah. But let's say they bring their basic subscription up from what $8-9 to let's say $12-13. Would you be willing to pay it, knowing what's coming down the pipeline?
Yep.
$12 I could swing. 13 is just too much.
Fair enough.
No, I think I do have a limit of how much I'd be willing to pay. I think $15 a month would be the absolute most I would pay for Netflix streaming.
Nope.
Beyond 15, I would really, really, really have to consider how badly I want this. But with Netflix, I take into account, okay, I've got this, but they've got all the older shows that I like to watch when I'm just chilling that I like to throw on. I'm a huge fan of sitcoms, so I can throw on Parks and Rec, The Office, Scrubs, Friends is on there now. I can throw all of these on there and just have them in the background, not have to go out and buy the complete series set, have those stream, but I've also got my original content coming. And at this point, if it says Netflix original on it, I'll watch it. I just started Bloodline last night. I still watched the first episode of that with Kyle Chandler and Ben Middleton, and it was great. I had no expectations for it, but had never heard about it. Saw it, loved the first episode. I'll be watching the rest tonight. So
yeah, the rest of the guys are saying that yes, they would 100% keep and or pay the upgrade. Yeah.
Like I said, 15 is my limit because I don't want to pay any more than that because everybody is starting to go, here, buy our channel for $10 to $15 a month. Like, no, I don't want to do that. I want Netflix because of the value Netflix gives me. It's absurd how much you get it. So.
Well, obviously this Marvel deal right now at the moment is paying off in dividends, like huge dividends. If Marvel decides to bring more series to Netflix, then I will basically, not just Marvel. If Netflix goes out there and decides that, they're going to get other properties that would interest me, like they want to bring back Almost Human or they want to do that, I'd be willing to pay $20 a month.
Hey, Netflix, Static Shock.
Well, see, at that point, the way that I'm looking at it is I'm paying for a channel that has literally everything that I want to watch on a normal basis on it, and I don't have to wait for anything. Mm-hmm. Even they have season 1 and 2 of Arrow on it. I'm sure they'll get season 3. They will get season 1 of The Flash, so I can go back and watch those whenever I want. Paying $20 a month for something like that to me is not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
I can understand that. If that was the only service, if I'm just paying for Hulu and Netflix at that point, yeah, I don't mind.
Okay. So we're going to wrap up the topic of the week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And now, Ray and Josh are going to talk about things that go on with them while
I would pay $60 a month if they had a Static Shock show. Let's just put that out there right now.
But now you guys are going to be introduced to the lightning round. The questions are going to come out super fast.
That's what... Nope.
And then we are going to take a break so I can tally up everybody's points because I lost track. So I'm going to read out all of the questions and messages again and make sure that I have not cheated anybody out of anything. So if you need to get up and pee-pee or you need to go smoke a giant bong like Michael Eckert's going to do, you can do that.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, oh goodness, whatever service or channel gives me anything Static Shock in the near future, they will have my undivided attention and all of my support. All of my 600-ish Twitter followers will know every single day that this is the place they should support.
Yeah, there's let's see. In terms of shows that we would like to see come to something like Netflix, Ray, are there any established properties besides Static Shock you would like to see either make a comeback or maybe just move to Netflix because of the freedom that they'd be allowed there? We're going to go ahead and disqualify Static Shock and Firefly from this because we've heard so many comments on Firefly. I'm sick of it.
First one comes to mind immediately is Shaolin Showdown. I love that show. Amazing, amazing cartoon.
Shaolin Showdown was pretty good back in the day. I definitely remember that one. If I had to pick one that I'd really like, let's see. I'm going to try and stay away from any sort of comic books.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from those two.
I really, really, really wanted Community to come to Netflix because I knew I would have watched it then. But from what I hear, it's actually doing really good on Yahoo. Of all places. That shocked me the most, I think, when they said that it was coming to Yahoo. I'm hearing nothing but great things about it, though. I'd love to dive back into Community one day. Something I would really like to see, though, even though I know I said I was going to stay away from comic books, once Star Trek wraps up, Star Trek 3, once it wraps up and Carl Urban is finally free again, I'd like to see a Drudge series.
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
Because he's been trying to get another movie made, and it's being said it's highly unlikely, if not impossible. I'd love to see just 8 episodes. Give me 8 episodes there, or give me a miniseries set in the District 9 universe.
Oh yes, District. Oh, good. That's a really good one, Josh. District 9. That would be fantastic. That universe, I was really, really, really interested in. It was something I just kind of went in blind in, and I really enjoyed it because it's so strange. Like it's super sci-fi, and I really like that. I would like to see more lore behind that. But speaking of stuff like that, give me something Pacific Rim universe based. If we got a Pacific Rim like series, yeah, man, I need that.
The Pacific Rim series is that I don't think it could be live action, just because Pacific Rim was such an expensive movie already.
Well, I mean, not just like, I mean, not even like a prequel, but just kind of the lore. Like,
no.
Who like the people who designed the technology for the Jaegers and learning more about the science of the kaiju. Just that would be really good.
I'd like to see that, especially because we have a sequel in the pipeline right now for that one. I'd really like to see some of that. I think that could work really good as almost an anime style show, though, given all the Japanese culture that influenced that movie. There was one other one I was going to say, and I just cannot remember it for the life of me. In light of Disney and Marvel making this deal with Netflix, obviously Disney stayed very, very much out of Daredevil, and that was evident. They let Marvel do their thing. I would almost like to see Disney do some original programming with it. Maybe do an offshoot of a little bit of the one of the Pixar properties or something. Do some stuff. Get some original programming going for kids. Don't just make it about adults. Make it appealing to
exactly
not just to get it for themselves. Get some of this family stuff. Like you said, Shaolin Showdown.
What about like a Wall-E show? Wouldn't that be good?
Dude, okay, don't even play with my heart.
Wouldn't that be good? Just think about it though.
Wall-E so much. Where I really feel though The Incredibles could succeed.
As a television show, hell yes.
Do it as a television show. Do like 10, 30-minute episodes.
Okay, and then now I've got another one for you that's like, I loved this movie. This was an amazing Disney property that they completely dropped the ball with, and now's the time to bring it back. Sky High should have been a television show.
Right.
Yes.
Ray, I was really, really hoping that you were going to say The Black Cauldron.
Oh, well, that too, but Sky High...
That's a little too dark.
Sky High would have been best. I mean, it was like, that movie was good, and it was perfect. It was perfect for kids, perfect for families. Like, it was so good. Like, why...
Had Lilo and Stitch been around Lilo and Stitch was around 10 years ago. Had Netflix been around 10 years ago and streaming stuff, I definitely think shows like the Lilo and Stitch spinoff that we got on
yes, they would have lived.
Been on there.
Survived.
The only way I don't see Disney doing original programming here is because they want to push their channel so much.
That's true.
Because I had really held out hope that Clone Wars, even though I'm not a fan of Clone Wars, for those who were a fan of it, I was hoping that Clone Wars would find a new life on Netflix, and they did release the unfinished episodes on there. They put out like the last 13 episodes, I believe, on Netflix. They called them the Lost episodes. I was kind of holding out hope that Rebels would come out on there, and I'm sure it'll come eventually. We'll get it released on there. But man, I just that's the only thing is I really think that's the only area where Netflix is lacking, and that's what would truly put them over HBO. Because right now I think them and HBO are neck and neck. If they had children's original programming, they truly would be for all ages, and it would make it much more appealing to those parents who can't even afford cable television or something. $8 a month, like they can afford the $8 and the internet. Like that would give everybody something.
And that's amazing. I love it.
More like that.
It would be that, and I think that's exactly what it needs. If Netflix can really pull off a more of a children's network, they would have everything. Like
Yeah.
that people would then just buy Netflix, and that's all they would need at that point. Unless they wanted like live shows that come out every week, but still.
I definitely think in terms of channels like Nickelodeon that were huge in the late 90s and early 2000s that have largely fallen by the wayside. I mean, if it's a children's network, children's only network, it's probably fallen apart if it's not called Disney. I could see them shifting, maybe some of those shows to Netflix, for those kids. But beyond that, I really don't know. I'd like to see. We know Netflix is going to start dabbling in original movies.
Mm-hmm.
Get somebody other than Adam Sandler to do some original movies. Please.
I swear, nope, you bet not Netflix. I know you're the president of Netflix.
They already have. They've already made a deal with Adam Sandler to help finance and release his next 4 films. But in addition to that, they are also Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon 2 is going to come out first on Netflix. I'd really like to see them, do the movies. I want more movies. Give me more movies here, people. Give me some original stuff. You have the money now. It doesn't have to be a big budget action film. Give me some good dramas. Give me some documentaries, things like that.
Yeah, man, that'd be. Oh, god dang it! There's so much potential, like for this series to just absolutely, well, not series, this product, which is Netflix, to completely just destroy cable television. Like, yes.
Daredevil instantly became better for me than anything that's on cable. And if you're a Game of Thrones lover, I'm not saying this to bash you because I don't care about Game of Thrones, but
I don't either.
Daredevil is probably better.
Wait, sorry, not sorry. Yeah, ha, suck it.
I'm kidding. I don't want to bash anybody's shows that they like.
I'm not bashing it. It's one of the things I'm not really, keen on.
Yeah. I would have always thought that something like Game of Thrones could have come to HBO, or would have gone to HBO, but I think had Netflix been the streaming powerhouse it was back when Game of Thrones started, it probably would have ended up there. It's just so many of the shows that are on cable now, I can't help but think they would have found life on Netflix instead. And I think with Netflix and then, with Amazon trying to jump into this original content war, it's going to start weeding out shows because cable is going to be doing everything they possibly can to get the leg up on Netflix, and they're going to start throwing stuff out there. They're going to start making garbage.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And that's my biggest fear in all this, and I just hope that in all of this, Netflix doesn't lose sight of that. But at the same time, I want content providers like Amazon, I want them to get good original series. I want them to get good with this.
I don't know. Amazon is in this weird place.
And I really, the streaming model is obviously where TV is heading.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said before, I think HBO and, to a degree, AMC are the only two that will live through that transition. AMC even, people were making such a huge deal about it not being part of Sling initially, and it's like, and I was too. I was crying foul. Then I thought, okay, what shows do I really watch on there? Amazon or AMC releases all their stuff next day as a season pass on iTunes, and that's already what I do with the shows I want to keep up on. I buy the season pass for like $15, $20 for most shows, especially if it's a cable show. I mean, first season of Better Call Saul was $15 in standard def. Yeah, standard def. I buy things in standard def because I want to save like $15 on my season passes. Sue me. But
Jeez Louise. I don't know. Netflix is a very different beast than what it used to be, and I'm glad that they changed with the times. They evolved really, really well, and now they're leading the change for everyone else.
Yeah, Netflix did it at the exact right time. But let's not act like Netflix is completely immune. They've had some pretty big blunders.
Oh no, they fucked up a few times.
When they tried to separate their disc and streaming services and introduce a competitor to GameFly, all at the same time.
Yep,
that was a terrible idea, and they backtracked so fast. They backtracked within like 2 weeks of that, I think, 2 or 3 weeks.
They backtracked. I think. Well, no, I take that back. Microsoft backtracked pretty quick. I can't make that comparison.
Netflix, though, I mean, they show a willingness to listen to what their customers like, and what is successful. Netflix never releases the data of how many people watch their programs, but it was estimated that I think almost half of the Netflix accounts streamed part of House of Cards season 2 or 3. I can't remember which one when it debuted. like that weekend, I'd love to hear some of the figures that they're going to have on Daredevil, because I think Daredevil may have eclipsed that.
Oh, I think Daredevil probably killed that. Like,
Because Daredevil has it just has Marvel. Like, you see,
it had the Marvel pedigree.
right now, it is plastered on the front page. Marvel's Daredevil.
Mhm.
People are going to watch this, but I mean, I really feel like something they gotta emphasize is this is not a family-friendly show.
It's not like, oh my god, the MA rating is so like absolutely correct. Like,
I think it's absolutely correct, and it was needed. Like we said, there's not a lot of profanity in it, but
still, I'm sorry, there are no boobs. There's not much profanity, but
he's one bad day away from becoming Frank Castle.
Yeah. And I told everybody who wanted to know.
Clearly demonstrated. That's what gives me hope for Punisher, Blade, Elektra, and Moon Knight.
Blade would be so good on Netflix. Oh god.
I would even go for Morbius.
Ooh, yes, that'd be good too. But I was telling people who want to know, this Daredevil is not for your kids. This is not a kid superhero. Not right now.
No. And they do address, like we said, they keep everything within continuity. They refer to several things, that happen within the MCU films but they don't make you feel like you had to have watched those movies to understand what's happening here. They don't be like, oh, Captain America came flying through here yesterday on his superpowered speed bike. Shield fell when a helicarrier crashed into the
first 15 minutes, they do pretty much a direct name drop to the Chitauri invasion.
They do. They call, and this isn't a spoiler, but they refer to it as the incident.
Mm-hmm. It's all they don't really call. Yeah, they don't even call it a thing.
It's implied this takes place roughly about 2 years after the Avengers, probably a year and a half, 2 years.
That's what I really like, is that the universe itself has also progressed, which is amazing. Like,
it's a comic book show grounded in reality, because yes, in comics, New York can be magically fixed overnight. It can be magically repaired. Look how many times New York gets destroyed in the comics. But in this, I mean, they're still cleaning up after the Chitauri. Like, that's been a recurring theme throughout all of Phase 2. Like, they're still recovering from it. The world is still dealing with the fact that there are aliens, and that's one of the linchpins of what's going to cause all of Phase 3 is the destruction that Ultron's going to cause. But
I'm curious.
Daredevil gives you such a good look, though, at what the common man in that universe deals with. Him,
exactly.
Daredevil,
Yes.
and Fisk are two sides of the same coin in a lot of respects. I don't know how. I'm not going to go into it too much because it'll get spoilerific, but they both have very interesting perspectives on the events that have happened, the events that have transpired, what's caused Hell's Kitchen to become Hell's Kitchen now. And there are just so many hints as to what's to come that I am giddy with anticipation.
It's just they're doing such a damn good job with this universe. It's just, I never thought I would ever see something like this in my lifetime. Like,
it is, and I like we said, we love Arrow, we love Flash, but ultimately with shows like this, with shows like Arrow, as good as it is, you always feel like it could be something more. Like, it could always be a little bit better. I would love to have seen Deathstroke in a Netflix-produced series.
Yeah, that would be a really good one, too.
I would have. I mean, people
Hell,
forget.
I'm gonna say it right now. Suicide Squad should have been a Netflix series and not a movie.
I really wish they would have done that, but at the same time, we also have to remember, Green Arrow is not always the most friendly hero in the world.
No, he's not. I mean, Speedy had a heroin addiction. I mean, come on.
He's very much Green Arrow is very much a street level hero.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, like, these series excited me so much, because it keeps the integrity of the films alive, and of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter alive, for families to watch and for everybody to enjoy. But then on a subscription-based service, you can do whatever you want and be like, hey, these are getting MA ratings. Like, these are some darker tales that take place within this cohesive universe, but we're not going to draw too heavily from them. We're not going to make them required viewing to understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
The TV shows, everybody, TV shows and the one-shots they were doing for a while, the one-shots evolved into TV shows, are not required viewing. They're extras. Like, they're extras for us, the fans.
Which, if you think about it, that's the way comics used to work. But then they transition to this.
It's like the Avengers is the big crossover event of the year. And going forward, I think that'll be especially prevalent. But everything is happening at the exact right time. We're in the golden era of superheroes in media.
Comic
And
books have made a
and
huge resurgence.
when it starts to go away, I won't be mad because we will have it would have been done really. I feel like it was done really well.
Now I just have to ask Fox one thing, please. Please, Fox, when you make the X-Force television show, please put it on Netflix. And please have Deadpool as one of the leaders.
Oh God, that'd be so good.
We beg and plead with you to please not put it on Fox, because then we will not get what we want. We will not get what we need. Please. Please do that.
Although I feel like with the way this movie is shaping out to be, which is amazing by the way, by the leaked screenshots, I don't think they're ever going to do that wrong again.
I don't think so either. I think, and especially in the last couple of days with Daredevil, I think I would have paid money to sit in the room with Fox executives and see what was happening with Daredevil and be like, oh crap, this is what this is the way Daredevil needed to be done years ago, and man, we screwed up on this big time. Kiku, how are we coming over there?
I'm almost done.
I'm not done, but yeah,
Almost done.
I feel like this is the example. It's like, shit, guys, we need something like that. And I'm like, okay, let that be the example, because that's something that you need. Like, this show is taking what the fans love about Daredevil. It's taking just high quality production value, all of it, and just turning it into this beautiful, like, it's a gift, really. Like, to give us the entire season just upfront like that. If I had to wait for this show week by week, I would go crazy, because it's that good.
Absolutely. I think Netflix benefits from that, from putting everything out at once instead of like, oh, hey, get back on our service each week. I think that's one of the biggest flaws with Powers is it's released week by week. I don't want to have to go log in and do that each week. That's why so many shows I wait until the season passes out, and then I just I get it that way. I get it, and I binge it over the summer.
I mean, there are some shows where I'm like, okay, I'm cool watching this week by week. Like Arrow and Flash, I am okay watching those week by week.
Even Arrow, I would argue this year, Arrow's kind of dropped out of my must-see every single week.
Same. I can wait to watch it.
It's not the quality. It's still a very, very well-done show. Still one of my favorite shows on TV. It's just I have a lot less free time. I have to very much pick and choose how I spend that time.
Well, I'm going to say it's not as good as everything else currently.
Had Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. stayed where it was the middle of season 1.
Oh, God. I would stop watching it.
I probably wouldn't be watching anymore, but considering how good it's been since Winter Soldier, how consistently good it's been, if I could only pick 5 shows to watch every single week, like in order, it would be Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is my top one right now. I would have to go Flash.
Yep.
And then I watch a lot of non-superhero stuff. I mean, The Blacklist has elevated itself.
Yes, The Blacklist is so good.
Better Call Saul, like I said, that just wrapped up its first season. Huge Breaking Bad fan. And then 5th, I mean, Arrow.
Yeah.
And it's not that Arrow has dipped in quality. It's just that the storyline this year, for me, is not as engaging as it was last year.
It's not as interesting. Not as.
I think it was always going to be hard to top Arrow's.
Oh my God! No, you didn't. No.
There's our soundbite at the end.
Felicia, no.
You guys kept talking, man. I needed to do something.
You could have just told us you were done.
I'm not. I got one more question. Or 2 more.
So do we have the results now?
Dude, I've been holding. No, I got like 2 more questions to do. Hold on.
Oh my God.
Stop messaging. I'm trying to get everybody's points together.
Oh God.
Oh, I forgot there's a tape delay.
Yeah, there is. There's a delay, so the other guys are like, "What? What happened?" Dude, they're all hearing it now. Oh my good God.
You know what's funny with everybody, man, is that I guess they didn't get that as long as they answered the question, they got 1 point. So a couple of people just didn't answer.
It's okay. That's all right. I don't know where to go from here. Oh my God.
I got to shut up. That was the important part.
Cut the show down. It's time to go. Kiku just killed it. This is over.
Woo! Michael actually got 2 points. He was sticking on 1 there for a while.
Good job, Michael. You did good, man. Goodness. But anyway,
all right, cool.
Netflix I was down on Netflix. I think it was about sophomore year in college, and I just recently, probably within the last year, decided that Netflix is worth my monthly money. Like I built it into our budget because it's worth it. It just is.
Yeah. That's how I am. Netflix is when I look at my bills, Netflix is has always been accounted for that. Even when I cut out all my bills when I had ankle surgeries last year, that was one thing that I was not willing to part with my Netflix account, even though I had no money. My parents were like, well, what do you need to help you get by? We know you're living with us now, and so your bills are covered and stuff. I was like, I need $8 a month for Netflix.
Yeah, man.
I was like, if I'm going to be laid up in bed all the time, that's really where my love affair with Netflix came into play. Was about a year and a half ago, when I first started getting laid up, and I started using it more than once or twice a week. I saw how ridiculous. If I use it every day, it costs me less than like 20 cents a day. I think it is to have it for the whole month. It costs me like 25 cents a day to have it for the month. That is,
that's ridiculous.
Ever. So, Kiku,
where you at, buddy?
Where you at?
You guys, man, I'm trying to get everybody's points together. Keep talking.
Well,
we're running out of stuff here. Ray's gonna take off his shirt if you don't hurry.
I might take off my shirt. It's getting hot in here.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, speaking of television shows, we were talking about Arrow. I don't know if there's a few people I know who aren't caught up on Arrow because they said it before, but we did just say it. Arrow is probably, and you listed number 5 on your kind of the shows that you must watch right now. I've lost the initial hype that I had for Arrow.
I think I have too, and I think a lot of that is due to how good The Flash was.
Yes, agreed. And I thought that they would keep pace with each other. Haha, speed joke.
I've said it before that when The Flash got announced, I laughed it off. I thought that was hilarious when it was talked about last year during season 2, and then when they actually had the crossover there, and when the show got announced, I heard all the positive reception about the pilot. I was like, there's just no way this is happening. I don't believe that. I didn't think The Flash was a show that could really be done. Just because there's so much that has to go into the complexity of the character and his rogues gallery, his allies, etc. I didn't see any way for that to work outside of a film environment, especially spread out over like 22 episodes a season. I didn't see how that would work. Finally, at Christmas, I sat down and watched it, and I blew through every episode that came out before the mid-season break in like 2 or 3 days. And I can probably say that I love Flash. I love The Flash. It's definitely one of my top shows right now. But Arrow, as good as it is, it's just, I don't have that initial hype anymore because there's another show that's as good and I would say arguably better than that. And that goes a long ways towards determining, for the longest time we had the comparison last year between Arrow Season 2 and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1. And it was just such a wide gap that you're like, oh, DC's got this cornered.
Yeah.
With Daredevil.
Oh. Wait, what? What happened?
Oh.
Do we have the results?
We do.
We have the results. Everybody, take us off mute.
Is it bad, Doc?
We've got 2 ties. However, this is how I'm going to do it. Okay? Josh and Austin tied for 3rd place.
Wow.
Justin and Adam tied for 4th place.
Oh.
So, what I'm going to do, since Josh and Austin tied at 45 points apiece, I'm going to give them 3 questions in our own little group that they must answer. Whoever wins out of that will be in 3rd place. The loser will be in 4th because you guys did score higher than the other people. But the interesting one that I will do in front of everybody will be Justin versus Adam.
Adam's gone.
Oh, Adam's gone.
Yep.
Well, Adam left the room, which means, Justin, you are officially in 5th place. So it means you won.
Good job, Justin. You went for being here.
I mean, I feel bad for Adam, man, but
No,
if I
Adam
can't question him.
He went to go and record his podcast.
Oh, okay, well then he's got his own thing going, so.
Yeah,
whatever.
he's not missing
Sorry,
out
Adam,
much.
if you hear this. However,
Sucks to suck, Wells.
so before I announce who actually won, and they won by 1 point, all right, I am going to put into the group, Josh, Austin, are you ready?
They're on a tape delay.
So we're gonna have to wait.
Yeah, but that gives me a minute to pull the question.
They should hear it about now.
We have one yet. There we go. We have.
They're ready. They're
Fight to
ready.
the death!
Sucking up will get you nowhere.
Sucking up will get you no points here unless it's Teray.
Oh snap! It's about to get real.
It's about to get real because they got to be quick typers. That's what I'm looking for.
I don't know.
Fast on the keys.
Josh is a monster.
Whiplash on the drums.
Oh God.
Oh, dude, Whiplash is so good.
I knew it. I knew as soon as I said
Oh,
that.
so
You have to. The last question you have to ask is, I think it's number
And Josh wins out.
4.
barely.
No, we're doing 3 questions. I'm going to make it fair.
You
Oh!
have to ask number 3. You have to ask number 3 last.
That's right. Josh is a smart guy. Okay, which one should I do? Oh my God, this one is going to be good because I don't think either one of them will know it.
They probably won't, which will be great.
That's depressing.
It's going to be good. Boom, it's away.
Ooh, good one. Good one.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Start your Googles.
Yep. Get the Googles ready.
Get the googly moogly ready.
Moogly moogly. Said like Michael Rooker.
I'm picking the hard questions because this is fight to the death.
Mhm.
I mean, either way, they win something.
Yes, they do, but it's what something do they win? Oh, Austin got it.
Austin got it.
Here we go for the last question.
For the win. For the square. Which one should it be? Oh, man, that one's good. I'm glad I just looked at that.
Good job.
I'm going to show it to you guys real quick. I don't know if you can see it on camera. Oh, they can see it on camera.
Don't show it on camera.
So you can't see it. They're on a tape delay.
It's a live show.
I'm typing it to you guys.
Copy and paste.
I'm fast on the keys, bro.
That's a good one, but they'll both get that pretty easily.
No, man,
Yes.
that's little no Marvel history.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess I'm smarter than people. I guess I'm smarter than I think. So
So is that a good question?
that's a good question. Go for it. Do it.
Josh?
I've been yelling at you to do it.
Oh, Josh got it.
Told you.
Third place. Justin, you are in 4th. Justin, you are in 5th. All right. Okay. So I don't care that they're on tape delay because I'm going to announce the winners because I have to. So in first place with 51 points,
Who?
Elijah Steele.
Get the fuck out of here.
Elijah Steele won. He gets the choice of any of the amiibos, and he gets a guest spot on the show, which we will talk to him about in private message. Second place goes to Alex Karaman. Alex Karaman will get his choice, and we will actually group message all the winners, and you guys will get to, what do you call it, pick out what you want, and I will get all your addresses to send it out hopefully tomorrow. Third place, Joshua Hendricks, not Finney, so you cannot get the Wampa.
Sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck, Josh. Finney. Sucks to suck. Fourth place is Austin Ellers. We had a nice question off. It was good. And fifth place is Justin. Justin, you will get last pick, but at least you get to win something. So that was fun. I had fun.
Justin's got my love, so that's all that matters.
Justin got a win. And actually, Justin lives in Pensacola, so I don't have to mail that out to him. Thank you for saving me money, Justin.
Okay, so there's one question left for all the marbles. Everybody go.
It's Harry Potter. It's his favorite superhero. And Elijah still would have won anyway. I mean,
damn it, Elijah! Stop winning!
Damn it, Elijah. Man. Anyway, let's wrap up the show so we can go off air and I can get the 5 winners into the private message so we can see what they want. From all of us at Neek, thank you guys who did show up, who wanted to play and wanted to win stuff and be a part of it. We read all your messages while you were typing them. That's why sometimes we pause because we were laughing a little bit or going, yeah, exactly, solid answer, man.
Yeah.
And hey, you guys will be like, oh, where's the show gonna be posted? This is a long ass show.
This is the longest we've ever done.
You guys are gonna have to give me some time to like actually edit this show properly because there's a lot of dead time too. So
there's a lot of stuff we got to take out.
Give me some time on this one. We might record something else in the meantime to give you something. But still, give me some time on this one. This was a big one.
Okay. So, from all of us here at Neek, we want to thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for listening. I know the show probably ran a little bit long because.
But this was awesome.
Yeah, we will definitely be doing this again, probably for episode 20. If you guys had a lot of fun, please tell your friends. Let them know. That way we can get even more people in. Or if you are greedy bastards, tell nobody, so that way you have a better chance of winning.
Thank you so much. This was so much fun. You guys have no idea how much fun I just had. This was great. Next time we might try Twitch instead because there'll be less of a delay.
Sure.
I'm going to play with that, and we'll find out.
All right. So from all of us, guys, keep it nerdy, and thank you for listening to Neek the Podcast.
I'll give y'all some time to get that delay out of the way because then it'll just end and they'll be like, what happened? It's over.